There's more of us than you think, quicker than you can blink. Your most loyal will turn against you. It's in the water we drink, poison in the spring, but we'll take back all the power. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. I won't bend the knee. You want to be used against. You think you're only right in defense. Intimidate, discriminate, but we will never reach. Remember your place, just in case you thought that we were afraid. It's in the water we drink, poison in the spring, but we'll take back all the power. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. I won't bend the knee. Counter attack, no one has our back. Rising against, before there's nothing left. I won't bend the knee. And I don't care who's coming after me. I won't bend the knee. And I don't care who's coming after me.
You know what? I've been away from stream for a while. I don't even have the patience to like let people come in. All right. I've been on Twitter, chat. I've been on Twitter. I've been online.
Cat's Pajamas 1789 celebrates 10 months of membership. Hope everyone has a good Christmas if you celebrate.
So real, so real. I'm probably gonna stream on the eve. I don't know. I'm not really doing anything for Christmas, so I'll be around, you know. Fucking. But this will be a quick stream. I don't know. I'm a yapper, chat. You know, I'm a yapper. Dude, okay. So I've been on Twitter. I've been on Twitter.com. I don't know why, but I think everybody's gotten way worse. I feel like there's a lot of people who are incredibly racist online, and I don't know where they all came from. I'm in the hospital right now. Get this away. Did you guys see fucking dude, OpBlock had been nabbing so much from me, man. I needed to like nab it back and produce a video, you know? It's a fucking problem. I need a shave, dude. Holy shit. But yeah, I've decided, chat, that we're going to go into the OpBlock chat and we're gonna take it over, okay? We built that chat with our own two hands. It's ours. We're going to go take it back. There's nothing the president of the OpBlock can do to stop me. But I was on Twitter today. I saw that I gotta be honest, I think Luigi's our guy, chat. I think Luigi's our guy. You know, I saw Luigi smiling today in court. You know, Luigi was being perp walked with the criminal that is the mayor of New York City. I did see the car center. Yeah, I did. I don't know how much of it is like weirdos online LARPing, because somebody was like, "Oh, he got his hair done in prison. That means he's being looked after." And it's like, what are you, what? Like, what do you mean? They're like, I talked to a hairdresser, and the hairdresser said that they go into prisons when like the mob tells them to. It was like insane shit, dude. I was like, I don't know if that's true, but I'm glad he got his eyebrows done. Could you believe he didn't do it, guys? He's not guilty. He didn't even. We don't even know who shot the CEO. Okay, we don't even know. All right, but for some reason, the judge is related to somebody who's like the CEO of Pfizer. Emrau Diesel, did you like Boulders Gate 3? I did. I gotta be honest, I didn't finish it. I'm like 90 hours in. I got to the third act, and then I was just like hard stuck on the fight against Asterion's dad. I mean, I'd be smiling when the Homeland lady said the only reason they're charging him with terrorism is because people on the internet were cheering. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw they were like a post hoc like terrorism charge, dude. Dude, we can't even. The second I saw he was getting federal charges, and I was like, oh, they're bringing this into federal court. They don't want it televised, right? Because if it wasn't federal court, we get all this television footage, it'd be a whole big thing, right? So it's in their best interest not to. I'm not saying the 1% are teaming up, but if I was part of the 1%, that's exactly what I'd do. I can't help it with the Trump today. I don't know what's wrong with me, dude. But yeah, man, put out a fucking video on the main channel that I took the fucking dust off of the channel and produced the video, and there's been a lot of discourse about it, right? So we're here, we're addressing some of the discourse. I'm gonna look at some of the Jake Doolittle stuff I've been avoiding, all right, and not looking at. And we'll go over it now in detail, right? I obviously watched this stuff for the video, but now I'm like going back on live so that way we can all sit here and enjoy it together. Diesel, address the allegations of you calling Jake Doolittle the drink. Well, you know, when Jake Doolittle was little, he was the juice box, so. But, you know, I'm just waiting for people to, like, roll in, and I feel like my Twitter feed is just more insane these days. There was... don't know how to better describe the gay Manhattan versus gay Brooklyn cultural divide than that there's a sex party in Manhattan that gives you a $15 discount if you're under 25 and muscular, and a sex party in Brooklyn that gives you a $15 discount if you're transgender. Dude, what the fuck? Manhattan's like 50% crazy people, 50% the most annoying millennials ever. Because when I think of Brooklyn, I think of like, I would go to like the bad parts of Brooklyn. That's where I would be, right?
Draftle celebrates 11 months of membership. Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did. You coward.
Right? But I would go to like East New York, right? And if you're from New York and you're like, you were going to East New York, Brooklyn? Yeah, man, I'd be going to East New York, Brooklyn. That place is bad, right? Ain't no white people there being annoying, okay?
This man is the drink. This man is liquidity. They call him the soda, 'cause he got acidity.
So true, so true. Why am I being sent medical records? Did you hear that one of the defenses, the guy who burned a woman alive, is rumored to be that he thought she was the CEO? When was the last time you went to? I've never had the opportunity. I know people who've been offered orgy, like orgy spots, like a spot like to go to one. I've never personally been invited to an orgy, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to perform, right? If I went to an orgy personally, right? Um, what am I fucking talking about? Oh my god, it's been a long fucking day. What spot in the orgy were you, Diesel? I wasn't even invited. Nobody's invited me to the orgy. You could just sign up. Well, I don't want to. I don't want to sign up. I want to be personally invited. I want to be like the guest of just Google sex clubs. Is that a thing you can do? You could just Google sex clubs.
Win in a bid for.
Sorry, I was watching myself. Dude, 17K views. I wasn't really expecting to come back to any views, to be honest. You know, you leave for 8 months from a YouTube channel. You expect people not to fucking give a shit about you, right? My tattoo artist and his wife asked me to be their girlfriend at one point. That's a lot of responsibility. I was talking with the ladies about like about what they need to join a polycule, right? And they don't want to be the ones to start the polycule, right? But if somebody offered them a position in an already existing polycule, they would be more open to that. Right? Like the odds of them starting one were too low, but if they were given the position, they would hop into one, right? But they also feel that they would want to be like the primary. I love how by the way, I know I know Fauci and Cloudy or Poly, but I think it is so funny some of the terminology that the polyamorous community uses, right? Where it's like the person that you're primarily with is your primary. It's like, motherfucker, that's your doctor, okay? You're talking about your partner like they're the insurance, dude. Bro, we don't use that. I'm on Reddit and I see those people on Reddit. Those people exist. You might not be those people, but those people exist. Oh shit. They like use all these very clerical terms to describe like the polyamorous relationship, but it's just so funny. It's like, bro, we don't need to add all this vocabulary. Like the skill it's so funny because it's like the skill, like there's a skill ceiling, right? There's a minimum floor barrier to entry before you can enter the polyamorous community. You gotta learn all the fucking like terminology. You gotta get your elo, right? Like you're hopping into a ranked game, and if you're starting out unranked, people aren't gonna want to fuck with you in the polycule, you know? Also, what is it? r/UFO has been having a really, really funny week, dude. Fucking, they are just loving this stuff going on in New Jersey, man. I mean, we already moved on from that because that's like last week's shit, but they were just all about it, dude. Motherfuckers don't look up and see planes in the sky, man. Do not post UFO photos here. Read the rules. This is for the discussion of UFOs on r/UFO. Oh no, new Reddit to join. I love going to those crazy ass Reddits, okay? I'm sorry. You just see like the people talking about that shit is just funny. All right, I'm stalling. I'm stalling, right? So I put out this video and I so there's a lot of comments like this, right? So I'm actually gonna do it right now. Boo, boring. I need visuals. Yeah, sure. Hold on. Fucking the fucking guy the what do we want, guys? Fucking Subway Surfers. Gameplay 10 hours. There we go. Car Crasher Fruit. Yeah, so I am gonna pull up my Premiere. So people said I focused too much on the dancing, right? And saying that it was a weak argument, the dancing, right? I think a lot of people just were like, oh, Diesel's saying he's not disabled because media literacy is dead and we can't pay attention to things that are over fucking 5 minutes long because everybody has low-grade ADHD from the cost of existing on modern internet. Which, by the way, guys, if you can't watch an hour video, don't like commit in the first place. So I'm gonna go into my timeline right now, and I'm gonna check what was like not UFO. Jesus Christ, I have UFO brain rot chat. And I'm gonna highlight all the stuff related to dancing in orange. Actually, no, I need to do it in something else. I'll do it in yellow. And I'll do this right now. Okay, we got a yellow right there. And we'll give that some lead room, so I'll say those next 3 clips are also about it. Okay. And then I had the part at the end of the video where I was like the dancing conversation. And that was... Hold on, let me listen to this. Nope. It's a little further back. And then... Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, we'll say probably about boom, boom. Then we'll label that yellow as well. Okay, and I'll throw this... You know what? I'll throw it in its own timeline, chat, okay? And then I'll show you that timeline. And then we will learn how much of this video was dedicated to me talking about his dancing. Okay, I will give you a number. I will literally give a time-based number. Come on, paste. And then we'll also paste this. There we go, and paste, and boom. Okay. Not to be literally, chat. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to switch this over to my Premiere tab. Hold on. Let me change over this window. And then we'll change this window to Premiere. Okay. This is the percentage. By the way, my video is 50 minutes long. This is an hour-long video, right? So this is the timeline of the video. That's what it looks like, right? Roughly, we'll round it up. Say it's about 58 minutes long, right? 10 minutes of my 58-minute video were dedicated to the dancing. 10 minutes of the 58-minute video. All right? That's it. That's it. And that's me being generous, right? So we're talking like maybe, listen, man, I ain't going to do the fucking math, but like 1/5 of the video is dedicated to me talking about the dancing. All right? And motherfuckers were like, you're gatekeeping disability. Mother, I don't give a shit if he's disabled or not. That's not the point of my argument, okay? The argument that I was making with all of this dancing stuff, right, is that he presents this, like, view of him being this, like, disability advocate, and he understands the struggle of, like, wheelchair-bound disabled folk, right? He is presenting that to people, right? And he uses that as a shield to protect them from criticism by saying, I had a really hard childhood because I couldn't interact with people. I couldn't do things normal kids did, right? But that's not the case, okay? That's not the life he lived. He's lying when he says that. I'm not saying he isn't disabled and that he didn't have moments like that, right? But you can't dance like this. You don't just magically show up on stage one day and then bust these fucking moves, bro. This is all choreographed, okay? You don't go to World of Dance not knowing how to dance. It's choreographed. I'm not saying he didn't have good or bad days. I'm certain he had days where he couldn't walk. But the motherfucker definitely had weeks where he could walk. Okay? Because you need to practice this choreography in a dance studio multiple times. Yeah, I know the preview doesn't show up. That it do be that way. That's fine. You don't need to see it. But yeah, he's fucking dancing there. I'll play the videos in a second. None of us want to say he's a faker, but I mean, well, here's the thing, right? Here's why, in my personally, if I was like giving out the handicap tickets to people so they could park in the handicap spot, and I met Jake, on first glance, I would go, that guy's not disabled, right? We're not talking. Also, I don't know when this started to happen, chat, but I feel like it's another thing that's becoming way more common. I will meet people that say that they have a mental health issue or a mental disability, right? And that's really common, right? But these will check DMs. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'll show this. I didn't actually show this in the video, too. There was a lot of stuff I didn't, right? So there's like a video of a child, Jake, dancing, okay? And I don't even think that Jake isn't disabled, because on his Facebook, he talks about dealing with his disability, right? But then you got like posts like this where teenage Jake Doolittle is at Avant Dance Center in Maine. So he's at a dance studio in Maine, and he's teaching intermediate to advanced level hip hop classes. Okay? Like, I don't fucking understand. Like, there was stuff like this I left out. There was a video of him when he was at the age of 7, and he was dancing to Elvis on stage. And the lady talks about his performances, right? And I didn't show that one because I'm like, bro, 7-year-old Jake Doolittle didn't deserve this. But then you see shit like this, and I'm just like, I don't know how you... If you are somebody that is in a wheelchair, I don't know if this is the guy you want speaking for you in terms of like, oh, I know what it's like to live in a wheelchair. I know what it's like to be to deal with disabilities, discrimination. I know what it's like to be in a school that doesn't have appropriate accommodations for handicapped individuals, right? I don't think that that's like reasonable for him to do that, right? But then motherfuckers are like, oh, Diesel, you spend too much time on a dance and kill yourself, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Like motherfucker, if this is who you want doing that, go right ahead. But like, Like the experiences he's talking about, I find some of it, I'm skeptical of some of it because he's left out things that were clearly a large part of his life, right? If this stuff is such a large part of his life, where is
Someone
it?
in what I'm pretty sure is a now deleted commented that a video of him dancing when he was 7 doesn't prove anything. Even though that specific video wasn't in the video, think they were an alt?
No, I don't think they were an alt. I think what I said is something that would bother a lot of people, right? Like, this audience that watches me on stream is not the same one that watches the FPS Diesel content. And I've realized that. And I'm comfortable with that. I don't mind. Those are two different things, right? I put on a really professional aura there. And my argument against Jake was built to be a PC argument, right? That argument was built to be a woke argument, right? I was couching the argument in woke terminology, right? Because I know that's how I'd win over the most amount of people in Jake's audience, right? That was the point with how I worded what I said, right? But I think a lot of people, especially from the woke internet, right? Is there any footage of him in a wheelchair? No. I've seen photos of him with crutches, right? But I think a lot of people who come from that, because like I was saying, there's a lot of pushing, and I think this is great to normalize conversations about mental health. There's definitely a subsect of people that want to promote and congratulate those with mental health issues, and don't want to address those things, right? Like, it's a part of your character, right? And, it's like, okay, we all deal with stuff, right? I've talked about it before, right? I take medication for anxiety, right? I went to a doctor. I got everything like done and dealt with to do that. But there are people who are like, I have anxiety disorder, and they don't talk about it outside of the internet, right? Pushing back on things like that is very not okay for a lot of different circles online, right? A lot of different places on the internet, a lot of different communities, they don't like that. That's a humongous problem, right? So me even pushing back against that, even though I couched the argument in woke stuff, that's still too much for people, because it's a social taboo for certain circles to push back on somebody's status as a disabled individual, right? That's like a really big no-no that you don't push against. I also believe he's done some videos in a wheelchair, but I could be wrong. I'm certain. Listen, I'm not even going to say that isn't the case. He probably has. I'm just saying that I think it's fucking weird that this is clearly something he was passionate about for his entire child life, right? From the time he was a little babby to the time he was like 16, 17 or started on his YouTube channel, right? But he started to not include this in the YouTube stuff or any of his stories for some reason, right? But like, you guys could see that story. I said it in the video, right? Somebody who has a chronic health issue trying to dance. They love to dance, but they can't dance, and they dance in spite of their chronic health issue. Guys, you've seen movies like that. You've heard of stories like that. Fucking call up Disney Channel, okay? Because that's a fucking Air Bud movie, bro. Like, we all have seen that. In his defense, I have a genetic disorder that causes paralysis, but I did gymnastics going up. Yeah. Right? See, but the thing is, Manny, is you're also sitting here and you're like, I dealt with that. You're being open about it, right? And also, as a chatter, you're not trying to put yourself in a position where you represent people of that medical class, right? You're not trying to be a icon for those group of people, right? Jake has presented himself as an expert on post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome, okay? And he has chosen to not represent it correctly. Like, also, I don't. And name, right? I don't like when people try to overprotect disabled people. It seems like it's very self-righteous, and I don't care. Yes. That's another point I wanted to get to, right? Where just because you are disabled does not mean you are a protected class from being a shitty person, right? Every time somebody who's from a protected class does something protected, I use as air quotes, right? Anytime somebody like that does something, there's a few things that happen, right? And this happens irrespective of where you are, right? This is like every single type of person will make similar things, right? So let's say there's like I listen, if a disabled person commits an act that's heinous, one of two things will happen. They will undisable them, right? So the community and the internet, right, will undisable them and say, that's not one of our disabled people. There is no our disabled people, or there's just disabled people. Okay? They don't exist in like a community. You are a person, okay? That is an aspect of your being, but that is not the only thing of you that exists, right? You don't unbecome disabled when you rob a bank, all right? You don't become able-bodied. These will be like, do not enable the disabled. Right? Like, or they'll try and separate themselves from that person, right? We're all people. We're all capable of doing things that are bad or good, right? Our lot in life that we didn't control doesn't get to protect us from criticism, right? Now, I joke about it all the time where I say stuff like, oh, I can say that. I'm brown. I'm not white, right? I make jokes like that all the time, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether or not I'm white, brown, black, pink, fucking any color, okay? I'm still, like, capable of being criticized, right? My skin color doesn't protect me from that, right? It shouldn't be based on that, right? I shouldn't be overly criticized because I'm brown, right? But I shouldn't be protected from criticism because I'm brown. I'm not criticizing Jake more or less because he is or isn't disabled. I'm criticizing Jake because I think he's a piece of shit and his personality is shitty. Diesel hates disabled people. Jot that down. Stand up and walk. Why you always complaining about being in a wheelchair? Get up and walk, bitch. Oh, God, dude. Let me go to my Jake Doolittle folder. Some of the stuff I didn't get to grab, like the Ethan Klein video on Jake, got taken down before I downloaded it. It was in like some guy's Google Drive. I don't know if that was one of ours or what it was, but I couldn't do that, and I had to use the H3 stream to like put that together. So I didn't go over his 25-minute live stream on stream. Jake and his partner have been together since high school. Dude, that divorce is gonna be so funny. There's something in Jake's own coverage of the situation that he fails to address. He kept saying it was for a small do, but advocacy should reach out to the widest possible net. Yeah, especially charity. A small do. You spelled something wrong there. Yeah, the start of the stream makes Jake look really unhinged, but he's just like few. Oh, it was for a small few. Yeah. I think so. I get Jake's intention with Never Stop. I understand, and if there is a need that non-for-profit can fill, if someone can fill it, go right ahead, right? But here's why a lot of non-for-profits are like state or like locally based, right? or they might have like a broken up structure where like so there's like Mental Health America, right? And they do like a lot of advocacy work with like people with mental illness and getting people mental health help where they need it. But in your community, there's probably a local Mental Health America that has its own business structure, right? As a non-for-profit. I've worked for Mental Health America. I was a contract filmmaker. We did a commercial with them. And so I got to meet some of the workers there. And it's something that it's all like separated, right? Like it's a big business, but then each one is its own non-for-profit, right? So that way they could better serve the community. Never Stop is positioned to try and help all 50 states, but they're only in one space, right? So if there was like Never Stop Portland, Maine, they could better serve the community in Maine. And then they could be like, all right, well, you could take the branding and open up Never Stop New York or Never Stop wherever the fuck you are, right? So it is unironically making it harder for them to do service by trying to hit all 50 states, right? Because then it's based on need across all 50 states. So imagine if you're someone who has need in Maine, you might get beaten out for care by financial care, right? By financial aid from Never Stop because they're prioritizing somebody in Arizona, right? But Never Stop is in your backyard and you can go meet all the people that work at Never Stop, but you can still get denied because Never Stop needs to compare you with somebody else who lives in fucking Arizona, right? So that makes Never Stop less effective for the community that it could do the most impact for, right? If I am a non-for-profit, I would want to look at my local community, right? Because if I can address things here, you can scale that up, all right? And also the cost of entry would be lower too, right? Jake is trying to cover all 50 states, which is why they have such a humongous monetary issue, right? Get involved in the local community. You could get money from other non-for-profits. You could start building up those networks and connections and you work and start to build your way out. Okay? There's like all of these different, like people in need of medical financial aid do not exist. Like, I mean, they exist everywhere, but it's not that they don't
Hate
exist.
to interrupt, but of some money and
Maine.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Philosopher, for the 20. That was very nice of you. It was okay for you to interrupt. Why are you saying Arizona so much with spite? What did the Grand Canyon ever do to you, Diesel? I get it. I get the want to do every state, right? If this is something you care about and you're connected to the world as a YouTuber, you're like, I want to reach as many people as possible. But that is not how non-for-profit works. Non-for-profit is not YouTube. These businesses don't operate the same way, okay? They don't operate the same way. That's not how they fucking work, all right? And I don't think Jake understands that, right? YouTubers are great for brand recognition. That's true. That's why YouTuber marketing exists, right? The direct-to-consumer marketing exists with YouTubers, right? But non-for-profits do not work based on YouTuber recognition. Okay, that's not how you do it. 14Z Robot, thank you for the 5 gifted. Very PogChamp, very poggers. Jake seems like he wants attention and the clout for being a good person. I don't think he actually cares at all. I mean, listen. He has spent way too much money for this to be a vanity project. He has spent way too much money for this to just be a vanity project, and I'll give him that. Non-for-profits are a money sink. They are a money black hole. If you do not get grants, you do not get funding, you have to take money out of your own pocket to keep it running, okay? He would have dropped this already. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think, right? I think he actually does care because he's wasted so much money, all right? I'm waiting for Jake to get sniped by gifted subs. Okay, here's another thing. I have offered to speak to Jake on a previous stream. I have also said that I will gladly discuss business with Jake, right? I'm a business owner, right? I run Mana Potion Coffee, and we're doing great this holiday season. Thank you for asking, chat. Actually, a little too great. My brother has been packing orders like constantly, and he's also like working right now, so it's like crazy. But I will gladly have a discussion with him. I can get Jake in calls with other non-for-profits that can give him help and advice there are incubators for this, okay? I don't know. He says he used a charity money for the first time on a card reader for him. He didn't save it for when he has to pay a person. So a lot of like from what my understanding is, the reason they didn't have money prior to that is because they were giving it out, right? And the other people that work at Never Stop, except for the treasurer that I mentioned in the video, are volunteers. They can't pay any of the other people. But dude, the fucking by the way, the body pillows, we've had so many that we sold with this last run. We got backed up because we were supposed to have them all done in the first 2 weeks of December, and we sold so many body pillows. I just went to the post office today and I just sent 6 more body pillows. Those boxes are fucking huge. They're 12 by 12 by 12. But it's frustrating because like I see the idea that Jake has with the business, right? With Never Stop. But he's doing that thing where like a young business owner wants to do everything while also not understanding that there's a lot of steps involved, right? So like, let's talk about me and the coffee company for a second, right? So with Mana Potion Coffee, we were like, we want to do tea, we want to do decaf, we want to do this, we want to do that. We want to make board games. We want to do this. We want to do that. We have all these ideas that we want to do, but that's unfeasible when you're first starting a business. So all the paperwork took like 6 fucking months, right? Because my brother, we started this while I was in college still. My brother was also in college, so we're both in school, and so we're busy with that. I'm doing YouTube stuff, so I'm busy with that. And you have all this shit you need to get done, right? So you get the paperwork done, you get that all settled, right? You need a registered agent, right? So that way they could send a court documents to this specific person. So my brother had to like go register himself as a registered agent and all this stuff. And then after that, we're sitting around, we had the business on paper, and now we're like, how the fuck do we get the coffee? So my brother's cold calling people, asking, okay, like, until we get one guy who's our roaster, John, who John is great. We need to get John a Christmas gift. But John roasts our coffee, right? This is a different John, right? But John liked our idea for the business, and he said, sure, I will sell you my coffee wholesale, and we can do your branding, right? So what happens is that we worked out a deal with John to buy the coffee wholesale from him, and we would put the Mana Potion Coffee branding on it. So somebody would be asking, why would John want to do that? Well, John isn't going to be able to reach the people that we reach with Mana Potion Coffee. John caters to supermarkets and specific coffee enthusiasts. Mana Potion Coffee caters to a different audience than the one that John is going for, right? So that's why John wanted to work with us, because it was an extra way for him to get money and tap into a market that he wasn't going to get access to. Now, this isn't to say that I just picked out whatever fucking coffee I wanted. I was the primary taste tester for the coffee. I got like 20 coffees from John, and out of the 20 coffees, we picked 3 to do a light, medium, and dark roast, right? So we get all that done, and then we turn around and we go, we need to do the branding for this. We need to do the marketing. So I work with a lovely artist. His name is Figburn. And then we come up with the art for it and the designs, right? And so then that's that. So I pay Figburn for the work that he did. And Bob's your uncle. Now we have the fucking branding on the coffee, right? Now we go make the website. The website gets fully made before it is made public, okay? It gets fully made before it goes public. Jake. So we finished the website, and we don't tell anybody about it until we have coffee in stock to sell to people. And then that's how we started. Okay? By the way, no decaf at launch. Okay? No tea at launch. All right? And the body pillows were literally like a gag that I was just like, fucking, what if we did a body pillow? And then lo and behold, now it's a part of our business. Right? And now we have more plans for the future, but that's like for the future. And you do one thing at a time. You don't just rush to do everything at once. And it seems like Jake rushed to do everything at once. Like Jake had this idea for a clothing brand. He wanted to still make money from the clothing brand and attach it to his self-image. But then he also wanted to, like, you know, sprinkle some attention and make it like a little good for Never Stop. Right? Because as I showed, Never Stop clothing used to only be for awareness. It used to not be for donations. None of it went to the non-for-profit. It used to all get pocketed by Jake Doolittle LLC. As Jake said. You know, it'd be so funny if we started doing body pillows of buff goblin girls. Tee. Well, the conversation originally started because I was making a VTuber. Right. So that's how that came about. And it just so happened that I was friends with, like, you know, I'm friends with Mishi. I'm friends with Toxic. Right. Seems he wanted his own Teddy Fresh, but with morality points. If you wanted to just do clothing, you should have just done that. Right. And a lot of that's like print on demand stuff. So like if I go. So for our shirts, we're going to do them ourselves because it's too expensive to do print on demand. Dude, it's so funny. It's so funny that he updated the website. Like, dude, this website didn't get updated for weeks. And then all of a sudden this drama happens and this motherfucker finishes all the work. And hold on, while I'm at it, let's talk about another thing that I didn't even mention in the video. This motherfucker is like, I couldn't work. First of all, Jake. First of all, right? Jake Doolittle, if I go to your fucking website right now, Jake Doolittle, or if I go to your YouTube channel right now, I'm going to click on this video and oh, Jake Doolittle also has an editor. Jake Doolittle has an editor. This motherfucker has an editor. Okay. I haven't uploaded for like 8 months. Let me tell you why I haven't uploaded for 8 months on the main channel. Right? I have been like fucking clinically depressed, dude. Not actually. I know I was just complaining about, like, you know, the fucking people self-diagnosing, right? I'm miserable. I am, right? So I haven't had the enthusiasm. There's been no videos I've wanted to do. I've just not been there. I've not had it. I've not had the energy. So I'm not going to force myself to do that. But I like streaming, which is why I stream. And I keep doing that because it's a positive thing that I do for my life, right? So that's me. That's what I like to do, right? I will tell you how long it took me to edit that hour-long video. Okay, that's not the writing time. The writing time was longer. I'd say the writing time, I wrote in like sprints, maybe 3 or 4 hour sprints. I think if I time myself, I probably did about 12 hours of writing work. I got really lucky because the team at the Op Block did a lot of the research, so they cut down a lot of time for me, and that made it so much better. Thank you guys. Seriously, right? About 12 hours of writing, and then I edited the hour-long video in 7 hours. So 7 hours I was able to produce it. So less than 24 hours I made that video, right? Which is pretty good. Some of my other videos actually do genuinely take months. Like I had a call with a YouTuber for a future video, and that call was 3.5 fucking hours. Okay. And it was just a call that I was taking notes on and talking to a guy. And that video is going to take a lot of hours and multiple weeks of work. Right? It's just going to. But the actual process of writing a video and editing a commentary video, super fucking easy, okay? This literally, like, go fucking make a commentary channel. You motherfucker, if you just come out and start making hot takes, you'll make bread. You'll make bread, dude. Some of these other guys, like Emrao was in the chat earlier. Emrao has very well-edited video essays. He also streams, but he has very well-edited video essays. Like, those take longer, right? But this stuff,
Lily Phillips.
so this zoom in,
Lily Phillips is
that's pre-made, right? I have one pre-made. Okay, that's literally a drag and a drop. So if Jake Doolittle paying an editor, this is something.
Lily Phillips.
This is literally like a zoom in that either came from the Essential Motions preset pack or Finzar's editor preset pack. The same zoom in is in both of those, okay? It does not take any work to do that.
is the Mr. Beast of OnlyFans. She has
The
slept with
Mr. Beast
23
of only. Right? But like,
guys in a day. 37 guys.
okay, that's a jump cut. That's something that can be automated too. If I do the speech to text tool in Adobe Premiere, I can actually cut out all the pauses. So assumedly between those
Mr.
cuts,
Beast of OnlyFans.
there's like
She
a pause
has
here,
slept with 23
right?
guys in a
So
day,
if there's a
37
pause
guys in a
here
day.
between that, and I don't think there was, I think they just zoomed in, zoom out, right?
And as of a few days ago, there was a documentary released talking about her experience sleeping with 100
This slow zoom in is also part of the Essential Motion preset pack.
guys in a day. And there was literally no background
So if there was a pause there, you could cut that out with the speech to text pause tool.
checks involved, which I thought was absolutely terrifying. Like, you could show up.
So I could probably edit this video. Let's see, and there's also a reaction part of the video. This could be practically done in like right now we're in OBS. This is all of that's already pre-edited. This is all pre-edited, right? Like,
there's not
easy.
someone with a criminal record, for
Easy.
example.
Let's see. Is there anything like really extreme? Okay. Did he even write anything? I mean, he might have wrote a little bit. I'd say maybe this entire video took him 5 or 6 hours. I could do this in 6 hours. I could do that in less time. I could do this in 6 hours. Easy. I could do every single part of this video in 6 hours. Okay? And this motherfucker is handing this out to an editor. What are you doing? Are you just giving them fucking free money, you fucking psycho? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't understand why the fuck you would ever hand this to an editor, right? So I have Greg editing a bunch of stuff for me right now, right? So let me tell you why you hand something to an editor. It's so that way you have free time to do other stuff. Okay? So that's why I've given Greg a bunch of editing work, because I'm spending a lot of time with this D&D book, right? Speaking of projects, right? And once I do the live streams and then I go work on the book and I sit there and I go, I don't want to fucking look at these live streams again because I'm really fucking tired of working on D&D stuff. Okay? And so I just give it to Greg because I know Greg understands D&D and I can have him edit those because I mentally don't have the strength. But if this is all he's doing, this is all Jake does, this is all he does. Okay? Jake has other channels that he doesn't really prioritize that are completely dead and nobody gives a fuck about. Okay? And he's struggling to produce these videos. Okay, maybe he's actually that disabled that he can't produce videos. Okay, possible. I'm not even going to say that isn't possible, but it's possible, right? But what I find astounding is that this guy is treating this like this is hard labor. This is not hard labor. This is actually really easy labor. I would give this to a high schooler. I could give this video to one of my students who are between the ages of 14 and 20, and they would be able to do this. Okay? They could make this video. Easy. All right? So he hands this out to an editor, which means he's paying somebody money to do this, right? And then he's saying that this is like a lot of work, right? He said in his live stream that he hasn't been able to work on videos because he was on the phone with insurance all day. Okay? I understand if you're on the phone with insurance for like 6 hours or something. They're like, oh, they put me on hold. I can't fucking do anything. I'm waiting for the fucking call to come through, right? There's no fucking way that you were on insurance for 12 hours a day and you weren't able to work. There's no fucking way that you were like, oh, I was so busy on the phone with insurance that I couldn't work on any of it. What do you mean? Why? Was your girlfriend come home from her job and immediately fucking pass out, bro? Are you fucking kidding me? There's no fucking way that this guy was on the phone with insurance for 12 hours and then couldn't work. I don't believe that. I understand he's disabled. I understand. But this motherfucker still had time and energy to do a copyright takedown on Rob's media. Copyright takedowns, by the way, which, by the way, he lied in his video. I didn't even mention that. This motherfucker lied in the video saying it was automated. No, copyright takedowns, those kind, the one I show in the video is manually filled out. You're making a court-made legal document. You're saying, if you don't take this down, I'm going to take you to court, dispute it or not. Okay? That was manually done. You filled out your fucking information in that. All right? His whole apology, his shit, the only reason his motherfucker gets away with it is because he is completely banking on the ignorance of his audience to not nut check him on it. Okay? He was literally just banking on people's ignorance on Lyme disease, on how YouTube works, on everything in order to get away with it. Okay? That's exactly what he was trying to do with H3, right? He was trying to present it in a way where it's like, oh, I don't think H3 is going to show all these fucking DMs. Okay? The motherfucker, I'm sorry. Like, I really, honestly, I should have gone harder in the video. I think I was pretty neutral in that, right? But now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, I can't fucking believe that I didn't go harder on this fucking guy. Like, what this guy's a fucking, are you fucking kidding me? You think it's an AI made description? Oh, generated description, dude. Dude is trying to hit all the keywords. Submit video ideas. This guy's a big fan. This guy is a big fan of what do you? Should I send him my video chat? Make a YouTube short for part 2. Maybe I'll hand this VOD to Greg and we'll put something out on here, right? With me ranting and complaining. Yes. Free marketing, maybe. Let me read the generated description. Guys, he's got to hit. First of all, this meta tagging stuff can get you in a lot of trouble, Jake. I do want to say that. I previously got a community guideline strike that I had to like go to community. I had to like work to get my community guideline strike removed when I was like a teenager because of something like this, right? OnlyFans model sleeps with 100 men in 24 hours, comma, OF model, comma, sleeps, comma, with, comma, 100, comma, men, comma, in 24 hours, comma, Lily Phillips, comma, Lily Phillips documentary, comma, dating. Comma, dating, Lily Phillips, 1,000 men, Jake Doolittle, Sneeko, Jake Doolittle, Jacob Sharp, Lily Phillips, 100 men, cringe, Jake Doolittle, Trisha Paytas. Dude, this is like a sleeper activation code. Lily Phillips, Jake Novak, Jake Doolittle, Saji, Jake Doolittle, Gabby Bell, Jack Doolittle, Lily Phillips documentary, Jacob Doolittle, Jake Doolittle, TikTok, Gen Z, generated description. Generated description. Watch as OnlyFans models Jake Doolittle takes on a wild challenge, sleeping with 100 men in 24 hours. You're right. The generated description makes it sound like Jake Doolittle's bumping uglies with all these men. Jake Doolittle with the gay sex allegations, dude? See what happens in this crazy, scandalous video. Watch OnlyFans model Jake Doolittle take on a wild challenge sleeping with 100 men in 24 hours. This jaw-dropping video will shock and entertain you. In this controversial video, OnlyFans model Jake Doolittle sleeps with 100 men in 24 hours. Watch to find out more about this shocking stuff. I gotta be honest. I know chat wants me to be bisexual, but if I did sleep with men, Jake would not be my type. Jake would not be my type. Sorry. Oh my god, dude. His hole is raw. Oh my god, dude. Don't say if, Diesel, say would. You guys want me to be bi so bad. Dude, I just adore how insanely like uncommitted he is to things. I gotta be honest, I understand that he's dealt
it's
with
not like there's
disability
100
issues, right? And that's definitely a problem that he's had to overcome. But this is not hard labor, dude. This is not hard labor. It's a YouTube channel. YouTube has never been hard labor. These motherfuckers who get a real job, not to be that guy, but get a real job. All these motherfuckers are like, oh, it's so hard to be a content creator. Fuck off. Fuck off. You know how hard it is to do like a normal job? You fucking psycho. Okay? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I know I talk about me having a normal job, like it enlightened me, but I unironically became much more well-adjusted when I figured out that the internet is like just filled with crazy people that don't touch grass. Yeah, it's literally the Twitch streaming is harder than a 9 to 5. This content is so fucking easy, chat. Okay? This content is so fucking easy, right? 99% of this stuff you don't need to write a script for, right? The Twitter woke cartoon.
2D Trash TM celebrates 14 months of membership. Being dumb is not covered by the ADA. Frowning face, skull.
It can be disappointing when something you genuinely put passion into doesn't get numbers you'd hope it would, but you should be grateful that you had the opportunity to share it with an audience. Dude, letting my channel sit there, my main channel sit there, and doing streaming and like doing something else allowed me to know that I don't need to constantly keep chasing all these insane fucking things, right? I was putting so much stock in my main channel and caring about it so much that it was ruining my mental health, okay? Putting so much reliance on big videos was so unhealthy for me, right? I love doing YouTube, but boy, oh boy, do I understand why it's important to have other means of income aside from YouTube. Because relying on this turns you into a crazy person. It just does, right? But it's like the anti-woke cartoon, right?
Sitcom The New Norm officially has 2 new episodes, and according to the reception online, these are worse than the first one was.
Y'all influenced my boy to cut off his junk.
Oh boy, I'm extremely excited.
Dude, none of this requires any work. I'm sorry, this doesn't require work. You're just sitting here laughing at a
Could it
Twitter
be
account.
Media? No, because media is legitimately just AI photos. What about high?
But he also dropped out of school too. What was he in school for again? Do we remember what he's in school for again? I'm sure the Op Block Andes know. It was probably like film or something, right? I went to film. Dude, film school is a waste of time. It is a media of some kind. Dude went to go get a communications degree. That's what he did. I feel okay. Unless you're going to like literally one of the top 3 film schools in America, like the fucking California Film School or NYU or Columbia or something, whatever the film school you're going to is not going to get you anywhere. The top ones, the ones where like your contemporaries are actual celebrity children, those will get you places, right? But all the other ones, like a normal ass film school that's supposed to teach you the basics, is a fucking waste. It's a fucking waste. Because I went to film school and I feel like I got a good education. I've learned a lot. I don't think any of it has been particularly applicable. I learned pretty much all of my expertise on the job, right? I learned it working as, by the way, I learned plenty as a teacher too, right? Because there were things I didn't know either, right? So being a teacher taught me things. Another thing, I work on film sets. That teaches you things, right? This guy, he said he like interned for Saturday Night Live or something, right? He interned for like a big thing, right? When I wanted to intern for like NBC, they turned me down because I'm a YouTuber. If you interned at SNL, you know how to make stuff. Why the fuck are you on YouTube? Go like. It was a BA in design and visual communication. It was a degree in nothing. Everyone with an arts degree works at Starbucks, Costco, Amazon, and UPS. Save your money. Yes and no. You can definitely parlay your way into a degree that gets you, like an arts degree that gets you something. Like I've seen that. Okay, like that's like a comedic misnomer about it, right? But like again, like I teach, and most of my job is more about like helping people figure out how to work in a workplace, because these are like young teens. Yeah, it was a Bachelor of the Arts in Design and Visual Communication. And he has a Associates in Communication and New Media. Okay. But yeah, like don't you need a master's if you want to teach anything? Depends on what you're doing. Like I'm at a non-for-profit, right? Diesel, my best friend, worked at NBC for like 4 years doing audio shit. You didn't miss anything. Right? I've thought of going back to pursue a master's in like the arts, but only because I want to challenge myself. I know I've talked about that on stream before, but I was really asleep at the wheel for my undergrad, and I definitely did not take advantage of my education until I didn't realize how good education is until like my mid-20s. Because you like leave school and then you start talking to people and you're like, damn, this motherfucker's stupid. This motherfucker is stupid, dude. And I've met a lot of YouTubers who really struggle with their literacy and ability to do anything because they were like, they really didn't focus in high school, and they're like, I don't need college, and so they didn't continue their education, and they're just like, the only reason they're rich is because they're incredibly lucky. But Diesel, did Hawk Tua scam all those people? I think Hawk Tua was the patsy. I think she's the patsy. I really think Hawk Tua girl was so stupid that she didn't realize. I got a BA and MA in history. I work for JP Morgan Chase. 40% of all history majors end up in some finance job. They're paying me to get all my investment licenses and MBA. Just got to work hard. That's a weird one that, you know, you go to get a history degree and you end up working in finance. Probably for the best though, right? I have a lot of people that I know that ended up working in finance because of where I went to school. I'm sure it's really fucking boring, but boy, doesn't that job security feel nice. I managed to get a high-grade bachelor's degree in game art. That's good. That's good. I think even if I had stuck around, okay, chat, let me tell you a stupid thing I did, right? Let me tell you how stupid I was, chat, since we're on this little diatribe right now, right? Let me tell you. I, as you all know, have a film degree. I joke about it all the time. I originally started in game production and management, so the business side of game development. Like the who's the Overwatch guy, Jeff Kaplan or whatever, guys like that. Where I was the guy who would like do budget planning, production timelines, management stuff. And that's what I would do. And I was at a very, 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 very good game design school. It was called Becker College. It doesn't exist anymore. And I loved it. And I started producing commentary videos daily. Okay. I started producing commentary videos daily because a friend of mine was like, do it daily, you'll become successful. And he was right. He was right. I hit 50K subscribers and then I hit 100K. And he was like, and I was like, he told me, he's like, drop out of college to be a YouTuber full time. And I was sitting there, imagine you're 19 and all of a sudden you make more money than all of your friends, right? Which isn't a lot at 100K subscribers, right? But I was making more money than all my friends. What else? I had all these famous friends all of a sudden. And so I was like, you know what? I'll move back home and I'll go to film school. And then once YouTube picks up, I'll drop out and just be a YouTuber full time. I was 19. Chat, don't drop out of college. You're not PewDiePie. Guys, if you listen to a YouTuber about school, I'm going to reach through the computer and wring your fucking neck. Okay? I understand college is expensive in America, but it will help you so much more to go to college than to not. Okay? Go to community college, get an associate's, take some money off that bill, okay? Because it'll be so much cheaper, and then do yourself a favor and then go to like a state school. Okay? Because it'll be cheaper. All right? And I don't give a shit what you get a degree in. Just get a fucking degree. Because you will earn more money with a degree than without one. That is just the science. That is just the statistics. I understand it's expensive. Okay? But do something. Please. You will earn more money. Okay? Don't go to a private school like me. Because then you're going to have $100,000 in debt. But if you go to a community college, okay? It'll help. It'll help. And associates, just try it out. Okay? Just try it out. But I listened to him. And dude, people poo-poo all over community college. Don't be fucking stupid. Don't be fucking stupid and be one of those people who's like, I don't want to go to community college. That's where all the poors go. That's where all the stupid kids go. No. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You are fucking talking to yourself into a big fucking decision that's really expensive. Just go to community college. It is so fucking cheap, dude. Go to a trade school. Holy shit, trade school is cheap. But like, oh my God. So I go to film school and I drop out of game designs college. And to my credit, all my friends got laid off in their first year because they graduated the year COVID started. But overall, my college would have been cheaper, right? Because when I switched schools, guess what? All of a sudden, those 2 years left on my degree became 3.5. And guess what, chat? 3.5 years of school is way more expensive than 2 years of school. Very stupid decision. And guess who's not a full-time YouTuber? Me. But dude, I had, because I went to private school, right? You were supposed to go to a good, expensive college. Okay? And that pushed me to make very expensive decisions that I didn't realize the mistake of. Don't do that. Okay? Do what's good for you. Don't listen to your friends. And don't listen to your friends' parents. And better yet, if you're a firstborn child or the only child, don't listen to your parents. Because they, more often than not, they're going to be like, I want my son to go to Harvard. Harvard's expensive. I don't even give a shit that it's like a 1% entry chance. It's expensive. And when you teach a child, okay? When you chat, become parents because you're having sex to one of my live streams, which is really weird, but has happened. When that happens, put them, one, in extracurriculars, but then two, don't make them obligated to go to an expensive school. Tell them that college is probably a good idea, but if you make your child go to an expensive school, guess who gets to front the bill? You do. You know why? You know why, chat? Because you need a cosign on all your child's loans. You know why, chat? Because your child doesn't have credit because they're a child. Diesel, I'm begging you, stop talking about people having sex to your streams. Listen, it was only like twice in a month. Not going to community college leads to e-sex and Discord voice chats. Don't be that guy. It was 3 times. Twice is too many. Dude, Cloudy's keeping track. She's like taking notes. People have more sex to Diesel streams than Diesel is. Oh, we're gonna have sex to your stream now just to spite you. That's the problem, though, is that that's exactly how it happens the first time. I know we've completely gone off track, but I just find it so incredibly like, guys, Jake Doolittle's channel is not doing well, right? I can tell you that this lifestyle Jake Doolittle wants to live, right, is not, first of all, this guy is Portland, Oregon coded. I know he lives in Maine, but he's Portland, Oregon coded. Motherfuckers who want to live Portland, Oregon lifestyle cannot drop out of college and do YouTube and then get 25K views on a video. Okay? This is not indicative of good behavior. You should have stayed in school, okay? You could have asked for like a temporary leave from school for medical reasons. Those things exist, right? He lives in Portland, Maine. Well, you know, I know. I figured it's like, you know, maybe it's like the same. By the way, Op Block, if you see the videos that have fundraiser on it.
Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about Tyler.
Oh, this one's doing good. They earn just enough. One of them, it said he had earned 600, right? But this guy wants, you can tell, he gives the vibe of wanting to live a very Caucasian wasp yimby lifestyle. You can see it, right? But like, you know, this motherfucker went to Europe recently and he's wearing one of these sweaters. These are expensive sweaters. What are they called? Fuck, I'm drawing a blank on the name for that sweater. But this is not going to Europe and proposing. This is not indicative of you're not earning the income to do this, Jake. I know you're not. Okay? He went like twice this year alone. This man / NB is not a Yimby. None of those words are in the Bible, bro. No, he's probably more of a NIMBY. I feel like if you're a Zoomer, you're probably more Yimby coded than NIMBY. But they went to fucking Belgium, bro. Dude, the whitest people I've ever seen. Now I'm just mocking this guy's proposal. Is there any proof that his charity has given money to people? One of the questions I asked Jake was, do you have any testimonials? And there's still no testimonials on the website, dude. Oh, shit.
It had to be you.
I wish I could just fuck off and go to Europe. I am broke, motherfucker.
It had to be.
Like, I'm sorry, this guy's channel is not doing well enough where he could probably justify going to fucking Belgium, dude. Don't 501c3s have to post their tax returns? Yeah, and they don't make a lot of money. But they don't have to declare who they're giving the money to, just what kind of expenses are made.
I wandered around, finally found somebody who.
Dude, these guys, dude. Dude, there's like an alternate reality where God, they look so American. Oh my God. Dude, she looks like a this is so mean. She looks like a Hasidic Jew in the dress. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. You know when you're like at the amusement park and you see that family there, and then there's like the mom with the 6 kids, and she looks like the mom with the 6 kids, and the dad that doesn't want to be there with the yarmulke. Oh my God, I couldn't help it.
couldn't make me be true. Whoa.
Diesel, it's true love, because I thought Jake E was looking like a specific type of youth for World War II. You know, this is like, dude, you get one of those like marble statue Twitters to post this picture, be like, finally, it's nice to see like a YouTuber engaging and keeping his white jeans pure.
Can make me be blue and even be glad just to be sad thinking of you.
At least, okay, you know, in defense of this white couple, at least he didn't do it at Disneyland. At least he didn't do it at Disneyland. Oh, shit.
Some others I've seen.
They're very Disney couple coded. I'm about to be a hater because the sequence is so drawn out with minimal stimulus. Dude, I'm sorry. Jake, could you over-edit your proposal with some drift funk? I can't focus. There's not enough going on.
Might never be me.
The chronic mental illness of desperately trying to live a level above your tax bracket is epidemic. That's so fucking brutal, but so true. How much you want to bet they love Harry Potter?
Might never be cross. I try to be boss, but they wouldn't do.
He's like 100K subscriber YouTuber. Dude, did he lose subscribers? Is he at 290K? I thought he was at 300K.
For nobody else gave me a thrill with all your faults.
God, they're so white. I'm so sorry. Dude, I can't help but dog on this couple, man. Oh my god, I'm chronic hater, dude. I'm a chronic hater. Dude, Jake Doolittle is literally, could you imagine he's watching this stream right now and he's just foaming at the mouth?
I love you still. It had to be you. Wonderful you. It had
Dude, Jake had sex with the first woman he met and was like, this is as good as I'm gonna get. Let me put a ring on her. That's so fucking mean. I do not like this guy. I'm sorry. Didn't get Ethan to read my resume, but surely get the second best thing.
had to be you.
Oh my god, dude. How old are these people again? They're like 23. Okay? They're like early 20s. These people are barely like out of high school. Okay? They're barely out of high school. Which is the scary part, right? I can't imagine being in my early 20s and ring fingering it up, bro. God, why are you getting so married so young? Yeah, I know, exactly, dude. Exactly. That's where I'm at. She uploaded? No, she hasn't uploaded in 3 months, man. 23-year-old yuppies, yeah. Falling in love at 14 years old. Are we gonna watch a podcast with them? He has a card channel. What does Jake even like to do? That's Jake opens cards.
Okay.
What went wrong with this channel is the first upload. Fast food tier list. Slang in a Roblox fashion. Oh my God. Video response to someone reacting to him as he reacted to them has a weird ending. Oh yeah, Jake Doolittle's also a fat acceptance guy. Help me. I thought it was cute. I'm too white. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Listen, they're a couple having a loving moment. We can admit that. But then we got to take ourselves back a minute and be like, but we don't like him. Okay? People are multifaceted. But you can still be a hater.
Confidence has no size.
I agree. Maybe he could tell us how he's so confident in his small build. What's it like being 5'1"?
Lie.
Are you kidding me, Jake? Are you kidding me? Dude, you're like 5'4", fucking 220 soaking wet, you weird dweeb.
Lies and deception will not be tolerated. Let's measure.
Oh, this guy is taking the piss. This guy is taking the piss.
Ignore the mark at the 3 inches.
Yeah, pussy. Yup.
Is this good? Is this good? Is this good? All right, this is gonna have to do.
This guy's like what? This guy's like 19, bro. And he's in great shape.
Everybody see here? Everybody see clearly? Ha. What's that say? What's that say? What's that say? Oh, 6 foot. That's crazy. How's it going, everybody? My name is Orange Peanut, and yet again, another commentary YouTuber is mad at me and trying to roast me. Today's subject is Jake Doolittle, a YouTuber with a little over 150,000 subscribers, and in one of his latest commentary / reaction videos, he is mad at me for saying that obesity is bad.
Dude, oh my God. Listen, man, if you are capable of physical fitness, you should do it, okay? Not because you'll get fucking hot, right? Like, there's clearly a huge issue with people wanting to be, like, thin. That's true. It exists. Yeah, I get it. All right. I'm currently in fat girl fall, so I'm doing fine. But like, if you can exercise, do it. Okay, even a little bit. Okay, if you deal with a disability or anything like that, if you can take yourself walking, go do it. Exercise, work that heart a little bit. All right, the difference you're gonna make for your life is astounding. I used to be fat. Chat. Okay, do yourself a favor. All right, you don't need to be strenuous. Okay, but do it because it'll pay dividends in the long term. All right, it'll keep you healthy long term. Right? If you're fucking Jake Doolittle, you could be a dad one day, motherfucker. Let me tell you something, as somebody with daddy issues. Kids want to play with their dad. They want to play with your dad. If you're too out of shape that you can't play with your children, that's a problem. Okay? Because they're going to want to hang out with you. Okay? Mine didn't. Don't be that dad.
And shouldn't be glorified. Let's take a look at who he is. Yep, sounds about right. He's got some chunk to him. He is definitely a bit chunky.
Yeah, he's not even that chunky too. Like he's definitely a big fella, but he's never worn it particularly bad, right? He's not like I was so fat, chat, that it would be hard for me to walk up the stairs in high school. Okay? Like he's like chunky, but he's not chunky.
I wouldn't call him obese, but I definitely wouldn't call him in good shape here. He looks a lot like Hannah Gadsby, that one British feminist comedian that everyone
Oh my god, that's brutal.
hates. Was he always fat? Let's see. Oh, Jake. Oh, Jakey Poo. Oh, no. Jake Doolittle. Doolittle cardio? Doolittle dieting? Doolittle exercise?
And if Jake has knee issues and he's overweight, man, he will improve. Like him losing weight, if Jake lost weight and he's struggling with his knees, losing weight will take so much stress off your legs. Okay? Like, fuck me, dude. All right? That was one of the biggest changes when I lost weight, right? I used to trip and fall all the time when I was overweight. I lost weight and that stopped happening. Okay?
I'm not going to make any more comments on his appearance and his weight because that's too easy. I'm going to look at what he has to say about me and offer my rebuttal.
Recumbent bike would be amazing for him. Dude, that's an amazing suggestion, too. That's like a legitimate suggestion.
So let's check out his video where he's mad at my video on fat acceptance.
Basically, no one on the internet can have an opinion on weight. If you want actual advice, talk to a flesh person.
Also, about 51% of you aren't subscribed, and I heard that those 51% of people hate people with chronic illness. So if you want to prove me wrong, then please subscribe and get me to...
This guy is so focused on talking about his chronic illness, dude.
200K before the end of the year.
So right off the bat, I just want to say begging for subscribers in the first minute of your video is clear loser activity. If people like your videos, they'll subscribe. Asking them is not going to do anything. So
Did you know the statistics that YouTube will provide? So if you get big enough, YouTube will come to you and be like, actually, telling people to subscribe makes them subscribe. You guys should subscribe if you're not subscribed. But yeah, that's a thing because people forget to do it. Psychologically, it encourages you to.
I don't really see the point to doing that. Just wanted to throw that out there.
You some fat acceptance TikToks. 3 words that should never, ever go together.
I think that it would make sense that they are together, right? Like, wouldn't that be a good...
Okay, here's the thing that annoys me about Jake, right? Like, this guy is clearly being antagonistic for the sake of being antagonistic, right? And I don't know. I don't necessarily... When I am antagonistic, I mean it. I'm not just doing it to do it. I think a lot of younger people, younger guys especially, will be antagonistic to be antagonistic. But Jake, here's one of the things that bothers me about Jake is that he is like this guy who likes, like, he's like really trying to be like soft boy. You know that guy, ladies, tell me if you've met this guy. You know the guy who's like, I'm really respectful to women. I'm really nice. I understand it. Oh, are you on your period, honey? I get it. I'll go get you a pad. And then the second you don't fuck him, he freaks the fuck out. Like, that's what Jake gives. Okay? That's what Jake gives. Like, he's trying really hard to make people feel like he's a nice guy.
Good thing if you're accepting of your body. Like, I understand that this guy's accepting of his, I don't know, armpit bruises.
So what he's referring to there are my shoulder stretch marks. My shoulders.
Yeah, so when you, because I started lifting so fast, I actually, do I still have them? Yeah, you can barely see them these days, and actually I'm in the dark there, so. And I'm also wearing a long sleeve today, but you can actually see some stretch marks there on my shoulders, because I gained so much volume and size in my shoulders that I got stretch marks. Which also, by the way, Jake is mocking this guy for having shoulder stretch marks when Jake has fucking either fat stretch marks or Bartonella's rash. I don't know. Yeah, this is the guy with Bartonella's rash. Exactly.
So much in my first year and a half of working out that there's just stretch marks.
All right, buddy. Listen, I know you went into Instagram and turned up the structure, dude. I know that trick too, motherfucker. That overhead lighting is doing wonders for his volume. He's got great size, though.
On them now. I'm not ashamed of them in any way because they're a clear indicator of my hard work in forming my body to something I'm actually proud of. I'm sure, Jake, you have some stretch marks from all the weight you've gained in the last 2 years, but those I'm sure you're not very.
But yeah, it's like, talk about, like, you know, it's like Jake doesn't practice what he preaches, right? He'll throw shade. And I understand that this is 2 years old, right? But Jake will throw shade at a YouTuber when if you threw shade at Jake, he'd freak the fuck out.
Proud of. But, you know, to each their own.
You have over 500,000 subscribers and you're filming this where? In your parents' office?
Oh, this guy is actually, never mind. This guy was never poor. He's a classist piece of shit. Never mind. Never mind. Line him up and face the wall, please. Oh, boy. Never mind. This guy is a fucking poser, dude. I don't believe you were poor, you fucking bitch. I don't believe you were poor. Yeah, this guy was poor for Maine. I'm certain your mom got her checks from your dad because your parents are divorced.
$30 monitor and a ginormous printer. I can't tell if you're in a college tech center or literally inside King Tut's tomb.
So this is actually a good comment. A lot of
the King's Tut's tomb is about the printer is a good one though. I'll give him that. That was a good singer.
My recording setups are in strange places because I don't care so much about the setup as long as it's quiet and I could set up a light and my camera. That particular location is, so basically I live in an apartment complex, so when I'm not in college, there's a little clubhouse area in my neighborhood that's really quiet after 11 p.m. There's nobody there, so I can just kind of have my own space to record.
I seriously think Jake purposefully schedules hot take videos like the tan one and the recent one during times where he knows he will have the hospital as an excuse to not be criticized. Jake, I don't give a shit if your heart is giving out. I can still criticize you. That's my take on it. Jake, you could be on your deathbed and I'll still say bad things about you because when I die, I know people will say bad things about me.
So, yeah, that answers that question.
The entire TikTok.
It's not that impressive. I can lie in a matter of 10 seconds. I'm attracted to you. You're smart.
Jake, honey. It's a weird one to throw out there, buddy. What you mean by that? What you mean by that? You don't necessarily give me straight vibes, but you don't give me gay vibes either. What's going on here?
You're good at making content. You're not in a...
Oh, Tan was supposed to say Ethan, but I typed too fast.
Fraternity.
So what's funny here is that he actually didn't do his research because at least 2 of the statements he made there were true. He said, I'm smart, which, you know, obviously he was trying to be sarcastic and say that I'm a stupid person. I had a 1430 on my SAT. I have
Dude, high schooler YouTube beef go wild, bro. Jake would have been like 21 at the time of this video too, dude.
have half a scholarship to college for my grades in high school, and I made the dean's list my freshman year, so I actually am decently smart. I don't like
Dude, it's so funny, dude. This is so funny. I can't.
bragging about my brains because I hate people who do that. But yeah, that's one true statement. And then he said I'm not in a fraternity, implying that I'm a frat bro. I'm actually not in a fraternity. I don't like frats. The frats at my
I love Jake's implication about like men who are in shape being like they're all frat bros. I don't know if you guys have ever interacted with guys who like lift at the gym, but like they're nerds, dude. They're nerds. Okay? You haven't seen a math nerd until you've seen a power lifter. Okay? Because holy shit, do you understand percentages if you're a power lifter?
high school make very, very bad decisions that I don't.
There was a guy at my gym recently. He was wearing a Kingdom Death t-shirt. Kingdom Death is like a brand of like art miniatures. Okay? For a board game that costs $600. You literally can't get any nerdier than that, dude.
Don't want to be associated with.
Guys who lift are more gay than the twinks at the club. That's true too.
So I am also not in a fraternity. So 2 objectively true statements right there. As far as me making good content, I wouldn't call my content very high quality, but as far as if it's good or not, that's up to the viewer. And then he also said that he is attracted to me. I don't know what's going on in your head. You do look like a little fruitcake, so I have no idea. But, you know, if you're not, that's cool. I have no problem with that.
Yes, I do. I've went through a bulk and a cut cycle. When I was bulking, I got very big.
What is Jake's response there, dude?
Because I ate a lot, and when
Why do you say yes they do like that?
yes they do, yes they do. Yes they do. I
Yes,
went
they
through
do.
a bulk and a cut.
Well, he's clearly playing up his accent. I mean, I do it too.
You know, making fun of my speech isn't very woke of you. It's not very politically correct. This is the exact same thing that Nick Is Not Green did. He made fun of my stutter. I don't know why, but all these people who preach like acceptance, political correctness.
See, this guy, the thing is, this young gentleman right here has never actually existed in woke space, right? You know how to make woke arguments and talk woke when you go to woke spaces, which is how I was able to structure my point about that. But it is a fair point that he's making.
Wokeness. They're all they do the same.
It is like wokeness type shit is like primarily performative, right? Like we're trying, if you're a good person, you're not going to be like a dick to people, right? But if you're trying to be like performatively woke, you'll be like talking about social issues all the fucking time.
Things at the end of the day. It's just they only do it when it benefits them and they know their audience is going to like it. Everybody is a piece of shit at the end of the day. It's just a matter of how.
Oh, diets do work. I'm sure she's probably tried one, not stuck to it, and after 1 week gave up and said, "This shit's not working." And then this.
I can't believe the orange peanut just said that. I mean, you don't know that. You can't assume that about her. You can't.
Oh, this guy is such a fucking I'm an ally to women guy. Oh my god, dude.
And be like, yeah, by my calculations, you've been on a diet, but it was only for a week and you didn't stick to it.
So what Orange Peanut is saying there, and I know he's being like comedic, Jake, right? So like, okay, if we're talking about the fucking biochemistry of it, right? If you eat less than you expend in a day, you will lose weight because you are burning more calories than you are bringing in. Okay. Here's why people struggle with diets, because caloric intake sometimes isn't logged correctly on food, which is true and is a humongous problem for people, right? Which is why people say to cut out stuff like fucking sugary sodas and sugary drinks, because it's hard to accurately measure those things and you end up over indulging on that. Certain things are measured differently, right? Like I got a bunch of food from Toxic recently, right? And I thought it was really interesting because I don't see this very often. But the way they measure food in the UK is like kilojoules and kilocalories, right? So it's like Each biscuit contains 347 kilojoules and 83 kilocalories. So I'm guessing the 83 kilocalories is the calories, right? But then that's 83. So that doesn't feel right because this is like a fucking digestive, okay? Like fucking I don't know what the fuck this is. This is first of all, digestives are just cookies, motherfuckers. Okay, this is just a cookie. It's just a cookie. I gym on a daily. You can try the ranch salad. Ranch for my salad for my cold dead hands. I'm not a huge digestive guy, I think. It's just a funny weird cookie. But there's like a bunch of things that can impact that. Right? When I was like dialed in and I was doing clean eating, that was the easiest to track calories because it was like whole ingredients. But it was also miserable. But yeah, I mean, diets are like a matter of time plus adherency, right? So like maybe during a week, like let's say you cut for 1 week. If you cut for 1 week and you lower your water intake, you're probably going to have like maybe up to 5 pounds less when you go stand on the scale in the morning, right? Which you should, by the way, you should also be measuring your weight in the morning. But you know, different things can affect that. When I take creatine, I tend to retain, like creatine will have you retain water. So I end up weighing more when I'm taking creatine because the water is being retained in my muscles. So that can affect your weight too, right? And you need to measure, you need to adhere to a diet for a long period of time. And then you need to measure daily, or not daily, but if you can, like measure weekly. So that way you could see whether or not you're going up or down on the scale over a long period of time, right? If you have maintained your weight over a month and it hasn't gone up or down, you're in maintenance. If you've like watched your weight go down over a month, that means you're in a cut and you've been adhering to your diet correctly, right? Aren't diets supposed to be lifestyle choices, those? Because the second you stop the diet, you just gained weight back. Yeah, I mean, yes. Like so when I was 220 and fat, I looked like shit. But now I'm like 220 and I've kind of got like a dad bod, but I'm also like in pretty decent shape. Like I'm benching like for 4x8, 185, which is pretty fucking good. But, you know, I'm pretty fucking heavy. 185 for 4x8 at 220 pounds is decent, but it's not like fucking amazing. Another thing, American plates are huge. Like Weaver brought it up, eating smaller portions. Guess what? A portion feels bigger when you fucking put it on a small plate. Do yourself a favor, okay? And do that. Like, I probably shouldn't have had these digestives today, but I'm not like super worried about being in a cut right now. I mean, I want to be in a cut, but like, dude, Toxic like sent me all these snacks, dude. I'm not gonna not eat these snacks. That's like Toxic gave me all these wonderful British snacks. Am I gonna not eat them? But when I'm in race season, I cut down quite a bit. I'll go from like 220 to 180 over a period of a few months to get in shape for race season. And it is fucking terrible. But let me tell you this. I race at 220. I race at 179. I race at 200. I race at 190. Everything under 200 pounds was easy. The second I raced at 220, it was the worst fucking experience ever. What are those McVitie's called? These are called McVitie's Digestives Dark Chocolate. And by the way, Chad, if you want to know what these taste like, they taste like Teddy Grahams with like a layer of chocolate on them. They're like okay.
You don't know that about the person.
But like that's like this is like a complete Like, Jake is doing this thing where he's doing like a complete non-criticism, right? So here's another reason why my college was so expensive. I spent time doing sports science, like anatomy and physiology, right? And so I learned a lot about like dealing with fitness there. And we got a lot of really good fitness channels now. I brought them up before, but if you've never watched, and I understand RP, and I understand this motherfucker is ginormous. Okay, I know Dr. Mike Israetel is huge. I get it. And maybe that puts you off wanting to watch Dr. Mike Israetel. Dr. Mike knows what he's fucking talking about, okay? He knows what he's fucking talking about. There is tons of great stuff that Dr. Mike has on his channel. And he's not like a fake doctor. He works at a college, okay? He does like sports medicine and stuff like that. I'm a Jeff Nippard fan personally. Yeah, you know, I think I like Dr. Mike's weird humor more. Look at those sangas. Dr. Mike has this he makes him look like a baby in a high chair. Let's see. He does look fucking humongous in a chair. But yeah, I watched this one recently. But this great. This great. I'm gonna get to the point kind of guy. I just like his vibe. He has a good vibe. But he does look like a baby in a high chair. But there's like really great stuff here for like normal ass people, right? So there's like a entire like thing where they use the science of sports medicine to talk about nutrition myths. And they know how to read the studies so they can bring these to the masses, right? So there's like ways you could get accurate information. I understand there's like a bunch of like fucking fitness freaks out there, like Dan Blazarian, the Lizard King, you know, Mr. Olympia guys, you know, and you don't want to take your fitness information from them, but they do, like, Dr. Mike makes stuff for like people who are interested in learning to get fit, but are like normal ass people.
Right.
So he's saying I shouldn't assume things about people when I don't know their life, but he literally just said 10 seconds ago that I was a stupid frat guy. So there's not a lot of consistency here. You can either assume things about people or say that it's not okay to assume things about people.
Is he natty or is he open about steroid use? For Dr. Mike, I don't know if he's ever specifically talked. He's talked about steroid use and the damages that can happen with steroid use. And like, yeah, he has a really good series on roids and how you can be safe if you're using them and that you should be honest about being on them. There's a few guys that are about that. Noel Diesel is another one that's like open about his steroid use. It's getting a lot more common to see people be open about it.
But you can't do both. Like, it doesn't work like that.
Just like, I don't know.
No, Dr. Mike is not clean. Look at the fucking guy. Look at the fucking guy. Dr. Mike is fucking humongous.
That you have a bad relationship with your mother, but I can assume it.
Okay, not to be that guy, but Jake, I know you probably have a bad relationship with your father. You were raised by a single mother. The statistical chances of you having a bad relationship with your father are pretty high, considering you haven't talked about him in any of your writing, so I assume that you two are pretty distant with one another. That's just an assumption, but those in glass houses probably should not throw stones.
Okay, Jake, you're throwing some good punches here. I respect it, but no, I actually love my mom. She loves me.
Jake, have you heard this thing with rock, glass houses, etc.? His dad accused his mom of having Munchausen by proxy. I think the mom is definitely a fucking dance mom. I'm pretty sure that definitely put some stress on the relationship. Who am I to pontificate upon such things? But there is a possibility of that.
She's proud of the accomplishments I've made in life. I'm appreciative of how she's raised me. So no, I actually would say I have a very good relationship with my mother. I don't know where he drew that from, but I guess, sure.
Well, because he has a bad relationship with his father.
Nice assumption.
You're right. It was, 30 seconds ago, and you can't remember it. That's good. Maybe get the steroids out of
this guy,
your system.
This guy, I want to... Guys,
Can Diesel call him an F slur? Can I call him an F slur, chat? Can I get a free F slur?
This guy is such a fucking... There's no way he is saying that this guy is on steroids. This guy should actually be smacked upside the head.
But I guess, sure, nice assumption.
You're right. It was, 30 seconds ago, and you can't remember it.
Jake does not understand. I don't understand how a guy who's danced his entire life is talking, saying this guy is on steroids, is making a joke like that.
Survived grippy jail and back on the grind. In the list of getting one's shit together, what would you rank as top 3? Besides using D10 at checkout.
I'm glad you're out of grippy jail and you're okay. Thank you for the $5.
That's good. Maybe get the steroids out of your system.
That's an insane statement, Jake, and you are so fucking stupid, dude. This guy is like, by the way, another thing I thought was funny is that he says he doesn't understand, like he didn't know that Lyme disease was like a contentious disease. And he said it wasn't a contentious disease until recently. Dude, on Best of the Worst, there's a video that they watch about Lyme disease from the 90s. And it's like a weird Munchausen by proxy documentary, okay? People have been talking about Lyme disease and being like contentious about it since the 90s, okay?
Could be hindering your ability to think.
Huh. Ah, a steroid accusation. I love those.
The steroid accusation is fucking insane, dude. Okay? If you are in your first year of lifting and you start lifting, the gains that you can get if you maintain a okay diet and lift weights heavy and with strenuous activity is fucking insane, okay? Because my first year of lifting, I put on so much mass.
So he really thought he was roasting me here. When people try to roast me by saying I'm on steroids, what they don't know is that they're actually complimenting me, because the amount
of... saying a guy is on steroids is... I wish people would say, damn, Diesel, you look like you're on steroids. What a guy doesn't want to hear is like, oh, you lift? Like, I couldn't tell.
I've put into working out and dieting in the last year and a half.
And Orange Peanut, this guy, you can tell he's not juicing, okay? He doesn't look like he's on gear.
Is the reason for my dramatic body change. It's actually not steroids. So when you accuse me of being on steroids, that's a compliment more than anything. It means my hard work is paying off.
Diesel ain't natty. I'm natty now, but one day, I don't know. I'm not against it.
So thank you, Jake. I appreciate it.
You're wearing a...
I'm more concerned about looking hot than living a long time.
NASA tank top. You bought a NASA tank top from Ross and you're like, okay, maybe I can sort of put on a facade that I'm smarter.
Dude, this guy is so poor shaming with that sentence, dude.
Than I am. If it looks like I'm an astronaut.
Again,
this guy is such a poor shaming piece of shit. What's wrong with Ross? Exactly.
Very strong assumption from someone who doesn't like when people assume things. I got that tank top at a thrift store. It was $2. I don't like spending a lot of money on clothes because I just don't care about what I wear, really.
Diesel, I think he hates the poor more than you. I think so too.
As long as, you know, it gets the job done.
I think I'm playing casual while Jake's playing ranked, man.
So I saw a $2 tank top. It said NASA. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna buy it. So that's the story of that happened. But again, he tried to make it very deep. You're wearing a NASA tank top, so you're trying to appear smart. No, I'm wearing a tank top because it makes my shoulders look big.
It's also
exactly why. That's exactly why you wear a tank top.
Not like it's impossible to live.
Dude, a stringer makes you look like you have an outrageous V-taper. Like, bro, I got love handles, motherfucker, okay? But I put on a fucking stringer and I look like I got a V-taper up the ass, dude.
Life if you're overweight, right? I disagree with that. There's a possibility that you can't do certain things, like bench an unconsenting girl, right, Orange Peanut?
What?
That you can't do life if you're overweight.
Look big.
It's also not like it's impossible to live life if you're overweight, right? I disagree with...
I mean, it's not impossible to live life if you're overweight, but I know that when I was overweight, my quality of life was worse.
with that. There's a possibility that you can't do certain things, like bench an unconsenting girl, right?
Like bench an unconsented. What does that even mean?
Orange Peanut?
Huh? You want to repeat that one for me, Jake?
What is he just like accusing him of like a sex crime? Is he like calling him a sex pest?
Went from nice, lighthearted roasts about appearances.
He's like accusing him of being a sex pest with like no evidence. What?
And background and content to all of a sudden you're accusing me of not caring about consent of girls? What the fuck is wrong with you? No, genuinely.
Yeah, he literally is accusing this guy of being a sex pest, dude.
I was trying to have a nice, calming roast session, but out of nowhere.
Can I point out that Jake has this constant bewildered look, like he's constantly buffering what is happening? Jake is a moron. This guy is actually a moron.
You're jumping at me with this crazy accusation when you don't know anything about my life, anything about who I am, and you literally just stated you shouldn't make assumption about people's lives. What annoys me is that he tries to put on this facade of being like this.
Dude, he just like accuses Peanut of being a rapist. Let's be honest.
This woke savior for fat people and women, when in reality that
go to the pinned comment. Update, he called me on Instagram and apologized for the consent comment, so I'll give him credit for that. Fuck you, Jake. Fuck you. If you're gonna say something shitty, stick to it, you piece of shit. This motherfucker puts out a video where he accuses a guy, let's be honest, he's rape jacketing, okay? He's rape jacketing. He's sex pest jacketing, okay? I know I'm making up a term here, but it's like pedo jacketing, but you know, whatever, right? But this motherfucker makes a video where he accuses you of a crime, and then he goes and he apologizes to you personally. This motherfucker is just sad that he didn't fucking get the views you got on the video. Fuck you, Jake. Fuck you, you piece of shit, loser, freak, fuck. Holy shit. Chat, I'm honestly mad that I didn't go harder on Jake. I think I was so nice to Jake in that video. This guy is a piece of shit. This guy is a fucking loser. This guy is ridiculous. Okay? Dude, Jake, I hope somebody walks up to you in the street and then kicks your glass knees in so you fall over on the sidewalk. He's such a little weaselly shit, dude. He's such a little weaselly fuck. Oh my god, dude. What a piece of shit. He's going to clip that. Good, Jake, clip it. Good. What are you going to do? You're going to make a video and say that I'm a hater? Yeah, bitch. I'm a hater. Wah, wah, wah. Cry it up, buddy. Go talk to your fucking Visco puka shell audience. Drink it out of their fucking titanium water cooler, okay? That some guy was mean to you on the internet. Go cry me a river, bitch. Don't you have some poor people to not give money to, you sick fuck? You should box him. He could use his dance skills against you. Hey man, don't diss the shelf. Oh my god. Dude, you know what I think Jake would really... I think Jake is fine with me roasting him. What I don't think Jake will be fine with is me making fun of him and his fiance. I think that'll be a step too far. And honestly, I will not talk to Jake unless it's live at that rate. Like, I don't... This guy is such a piece of shit. This guy sucks. This is literally what I look like. This is literally what I look like. He has a fiance? Yeah, man, he's getting married. Let's listen to his podcast.
Hello, hello, hello.
We're filming.
We're filming. It's time.
Sorry, I didn't get ya.
That's okay. You get me now?
I get you now.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
That's good. How do we like this new angle, everybody?
I like it.
I like it too, I think.
Dude, the lack of melanin in this room is really scary. Get it like a different background. Can we get like a tapestry on the background? I know white bitches love the tapestries. Dude.
It's a nice little wide angle. I got rid of this green screen bogus BS.
Yeah, you should have gotten a green screen, man. I'm losing your fiance in the back.
Oh, I liked the green screen. I just realized that it's gone.
Dude,
I like.
dude, this is the most Yakubian couple I've ever seen.
I liked the green screen too, but I think it kind of.
You're over it.
I'm over it. You know.
That lasted a while.
I know. I'm happy to have like a regular backdrop that looks somewhat okay. With lots of personality to it.
Oh, for sure.
Lots of cool stuff. I'm excited for the new apartment just because.
Me too.
We can like decorate.
This is
and
a
shit
really
like that.
exciting
Like, that's gonna be
podcast.
super cool.
Dude, me
we can
on
have,
my
like, a
way to my insurance job, listening to the annoying couple on Spotify. I think today's the day I'm gonna drive into oncoming traffic.
Distant space.
Yeah.
For like
For
at least a
everything.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything in one place.
Yeah.
This is the future the white people in Get Out want, dude. Yeah.
Mise en place.
What?
Mise en place. Everything has its place. Yeah.
Mise
Dude, the feng shui in that room. I'll give you a word. Feng shui in that room is just fucking atrocious.
en place.
What's that?
This girl never worked in the food industry, I'll tell you that.
I'm sorry. What is it?
It translates to like everything in its place or something.
Ooh, that's nice.
This
I like
girl
that.
never worked in the food
Sometimes they
industry,
say it during
guys.
our favorite show, Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen.
Oh. Oh my god, this is so fucking funny.
Yes, that's the show that we've been watching.
It is.
The Hell's Kitchen is a phenomenal show just
It's very
because
entertaining.
I feel like Gordon Ramsay is the one person, of course I say this right now and then later on he'll be on Epstein's flight logs, but Gordon Ramsay is the one person who like can't be stopped, you know?
Can't be stopped. Like you think he should have
Dude,
been
I need a drink, dude. What the
canceled, but he
fuck?
won't ever be canceled, kind of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's a valid statement.
Gordon Ramsay's the only person
really
who can
hasn't
like
been
call people fat, call women fat lards and like just like be okay
that
with
was a
it.
while ago, but I feel like people just don't even care that he did it. Like
It-
now.
Yeah, but like you
She
know
got
that he
autism
only
of some sort.
Could you guys imagine? It's so fucking boring. I can't. Dude, the only thing that could stop Gordon Ramsay is a really bad grilled cheese, apparently. Oh my god. Oh,
changed
my
his act to
God.
like you know that behind closed
To
doors
become acceptable.
behind closed
Yeah.
doors he calls women fat bitches all the time.
You never know.
Listen, man, I'll say it right now. Sometimes bitches be. But it's wide girl winter, so that's okay. That's okay. You feed that bitch a cookie.
Oh, character development.
No,
He could be a better person.
no. I want to believe that
could've changed.
Gordon Ramsay's still an asshole.
Why?
Just because that's my Gordon.
Do they still make Hell's Kitchen? We're watching the old seasons.
We're
started
watching
off-
1 and 2.
Nobody works as hard as him to put up premium content. I love big girls, by the way. So true.
on
yeah.
1 and now we're on 2.
It's really windy this winter. I need somebody to hold me down.
So like they
Oh
still make
my
it, I
god,
assume?
what's wrong with me? I'm losing my fucking marble.
They still make it.
So is he as brutally
Do we think it's
terrible?
lame now? Probably.
I don't know. That's what we have to
Probably
figure out.
lame as shit.
But I also
What-
don't really want to watch the new season because I want
Like Pyrocynical's big is too big, right, chat? Like I think that's a reasonable thing to say. Like that's too much. But like I don't mind some big, you know,
to watch the old seasons.
like big enough where I'm like, okay, like I guess we're going to the extra large section.
And then we'll work my way up.
Well, I mean, it is so. The old seasons are just so much better.
There's so much. They're good. I don't know about better
No, they're
because
better.
I haven't seen the new ones.
No, I mean because here's the thing:
I
in the
assume- I
newer
assume they're
seasons,
better.
you can't like watch a guy burn his hand severely and then be like, "Fucking continue, like go!" Like that's
Yeah.
not a thing anymore,
Mm.
and that's part of like the liberal agenda. They don't
True.
want to by the way. I think he's gone, but somebody works at the building that I'm at.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and he's talking to one of the other people who have offices here, and they're
This
talking
is
about
so
COVID
fucking
restrictions in
boring.
2024.
What is going on?
Like what?
They're talking about COVID restrictions in 2020, but it's the year
Oh,
2024. Yeah,
I understand.
Diesel wants death through snoo snoo. Well, that's like if that's my muscle mommy dream, you know? There's like I can have multiple wants in life, okay? I'm like a sommelier, but for women. Dude, I'm just like imagining, like, if I was Jake, it's like, oh, this Diesel guy is like such a chauvinistic pig talking about how he wants to sommelier women and like all these things. Like, I could just picture it in my head the things he would say.
they're like Mills did. Yeah, it's
Oh, they're just like
yeah.
bitching about
Oh
it.
yeah,
Dude, these guys are literally like unfrosted mini wheats, dude. This is
popular vote, but not win. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's like-
holy fuck.
Understood.
That is so sad.
Long live Hillary.
Long live Hillary. Hillary died.
oh my god, dude, I can't, dude. You know, I fuck with liberals. But when you say long live Hillary, I just like go into like a rage. Oh, this is so fucking bad, dude. Long live the Pokemon Go to the polls.
Years ago.
Dude, she is gonna be this lady that Jake is marrying is gonna be a brutal politician one day. She is going to bomb homes in Yemen one day, and she will do a good job of it.
Yeah.
That's my theory. Can I start a conspiracy theory right here, right now?
Hillary Duff.
Okay.
For
All
president.
right. This is the theme of today's episode. Is we're going
Hillarys?
to no, not just all Hillarys. You know a Hillary.
We should talk about Hillary
from
from Love It or List It.
No.
It's such a good show. I love that show.
No.
We should only
we should
watch
start
that show.
conspiracy theories on this episode. Okay. And
Okay.
see, or like maybe predict
Okay.
conspiracy theories for the next 5 years, possibly.
Sure.
See like what comes true,
Mhm.
and then people are gonna look back and say that I'm gonna try and drive over.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
What's your first one?
First theory: Hillary Clinton is just Hillary Duff.
No, I would say that
Wait,
Hillary
can I
Duff
explain?
is just.
Dude, these guys are so I can't keep repeating it because it's too much, but the brainworms are getting louder.
Hillary Clinton.
No.
Okay, what's your explanation?
Hillary Clinton has put on a mask for years and is just Hillary Duff.
That's the explanation?
Mhm.
Ooh, that's pretty convincing.
Yeah, one of those real masks.
One of those real masks.
You know those masks that you
The
look
ones
at
that
and
are,
you
like,
say,
convincing.
how do they even do that? That
How?
looks so real to me.
How
I know exactly how we can make this more accommodating, chat. Hold on, let me open up Steam.
could they do that?
So I think that Hillary Clinton is Hillary Duff.
Imagine what their sex life is like. I'm good, Greg.
He's the worst type of gossip / shit talker FROMG.
Hold on, I'm getting something stimulating, chat. I'm getting something stimulating. All right, you're all gonna be stimulated. All right.
That could be so true.
Thank you.
That's
Your
a really
turn.
good take. The only one I can think of is that James
Please
Charles is an
don't have to
alien.
keep watching this without censory videos. I will die. You guys, let's play some Billionaire. I have 6 hours in Billionaire. I need to get those hours up. Holy shit, this is wildly funny. Where's my Fortnite gameplay? Hold on. Let's turn that full screen off. We gotta make this a little smaller. Dude, what the fuck? Okay, Billionaire, I need some more settings, please. There we go.
Sky Prime 10 celebrates 3 months of membership. They make me not want to be white. Diesel, can I be honorary brown man?
You've been invited to the cookout. Do we want audio for this? It's gonna completely drown them out. Chat. Yes. Let's unhide. At this point, just turn off the video. Okay, I need to apply this to an audio track. Advanced audio properties. There we go. I'll put it to there. Boom. Can you turn them down and also take them off screen? Play on Ascendant. We'll just warm up. There we go.
Is this something that you've seen, or is this something that you've made up?
I just made it up in my mind, but that's literally, I don't know why. You said conspiracy theories, and I was like, James Charles is an alien.
Okay, can you back it up?
No.
Can you try?
It's just a gut feeling. It's just a gut feel.
Okay, so we're going off of gut
Yeah,
feeling. That's
it's just
okay.
a gut feel.
I mean, technically, I didn't give a reasoning behind my Hillarys.
I don't know. It just, yeah, that's so true.
What is this
have you seen
game?
him
It's
dance?
called
Have you seen
Billionaire.
him sing? Have you heard?
Have you seen his skulls?
It's like pachinko.
Yeah, I mean.
Have you seen that he grows green in the
Oh,
night?
interesting, interesting. We're all
He doesn't understand
smoked
how
up.
to exactly live like a human being. Like he does weird things. He's untrustworthy. I don't know.
I think that James Charles.
Not that all aliens are untrustworthy. I bet some aliens are nice, but aliens.
To all the
James
aliens
Charles-
watching.
To all the aliens watching, we respect you. We stand with you.
We stand with you and come home. E.T.
E.T. photo.
Yeah, so true. I bet you James Charles has sex the same way that the blue avatars do. You know how they have
I
these
don't know
things
how
that
they do.
wrap their blue
No.
things? I'll look it up.
I did not know that.
They're alien. Well, if I look up avatar sex, but it's okay. Avatar procreation.
Avatar procreation mating.
Mating, yeah. So they like link these things.
Ew.
Yeah. And so that's how James Charles
What?
does it.
What?
He,
What?
Yeah, he links his tail or whatever the
His
fuck.
dongle.
No,
Dude, what? Would you ever do Sims as a game? Well, I play it with the sex mods on, so I don't know about that.
they don't call them dongles. They're a little bit more. They're a little bit cooler. At the top of this episode, I would like to say thank you before we move on with our. This is our little ad read.
Ad read. We don't have an ad.
We don't at all. But I wanted to say thank you to our members. We
Thank you,
have
members.
Despresso, Dank Me Mama, and Upfrog Art. Thank you. If you want to become a member,
Up frog fart.
don't say that.
Not that I.
Oh my god.
Dude, farts are
You
normal.
should
Oh,
play
farts are
Yick.
normal.
Parts are pretty
I wanna
normal. Like
see
that.
you
Much normalized
yicking
farts.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But please become a member. All the membership money goes to Hannah, and she really freaking needs it. I'll tell you that right now.
That's not even true. I'm so expensively rich. I'm so expensively rich. So
She's super expensively rich.
don't doubt me.
So true.
Thank you.
I feel like his
yes, thanks for all of
lady
Thank you,
doesn't
members.
want to
It's
be
really nice
like
to
a
be members with you.
YouTuber. She's not like super
you. I do
interested in the
I do think that
concept.
James Charles. That is
And
how
he
James Charles
like
is.
I
pushes
just
her
don't
to
think-
do
I don't think
content
he would.
creation, right? Like you can see that where I think that's the case. I don't know if that is the case. You know, I'm just I'm spitballing here, but I feel it. I've heard Yick is improved. Yeah, I've heard Yick stocks are up.
Well, because James Charles was pregnant.
That's true.
You remember
That's
that,
so
that Beyonce photo?
I do
Or
remember
the Cardi
that.
B photo, whatever he was recreating?
Yeah, I do.
That's actually an emoji on my channel. You can unlock
it
that
should
emoji
be.
if you're a member.
That's a
You
really.
can spam that in my chats.
That's really cool.
But yeah, I think James Charles being an alien is pretty good. We're talking about like extraterrestrial alien.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, good.
What did you
Is
think
it
of
Diesel
I don't
play?
know,
It's
I
me
mean,
playing. I am playing
that-
right now.
I know that you like to come up with names for people who aren't born in the United States.
Oh, you thought I was calling James Charles an illegal alien? You think
Well,
I
now
call
that you
people
say it.
illegal aliens?
You do. Now that you say it, you look at them, you look at the size of their skulls, and then you literally judge where they're from.
I
We're
literally
gonna
don't.
we're gonna
You
do a
literally sound like a
bomb
dictator
No.
friend that I have.
Bomb goblin
Poland or
build.
Austria. You sound
Dictator
crazy.
friend that I have.
You sound insane right now.
All I'm saying is that
Poland.
James Charles doesn't act like a human would.
And you're talking about the shape
What
of
are you
skulls
guys
over
on
I'm not talking about
about?
anything else.
I'm
Just
sorry.
James.
Okay,
Oh.
I don't pay attention to this drama, right? But like, we don't fuck with James Charles, right? Like that's the consensus. Because I feel like part of the stuff where people don't fuck with James Charles is because he's gay, and they're like making assumptions about him being like a sex pest because he's gay. Right? Like I like is that like what's going on with James Charles that I'm missing out on here that we just like don't fuck with James Charles? Isn't like most of the allegations against him completely unfounded rumors? They're talking about the physiognomy of James Charles, dude. They're talking about his physiognomy, man. It's like fucking, they're measure heading him, dude. I don't even know, bro.
Yeah. I like your Skechers, you like me, my Gucci shoes.
What was that about?
That's a James.
Oh, should we sing? Should we start a band?
No.
Why?
I know people who are in bands, and it's like a hellish.
Why?
It just seems awful.
Why?
Because I mean, at least okay. Here's the thing.
At least you could sing.
No, so
That's what I meant to do.
So you'd be a DJ? I would love to be a DJ.
I'll be a DJ.
Cody Ko's a DJ.
Pico was a DJ.
Yeah, and a
Why?
father at the same time.
Well.
Cody Coke, I like to call him.
Cody Coke? He does coke?
He does coke off of a DJ table, I heard.
Dude.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
During his wife's birth. Yeah.
You're kidding.
So there's a rumor for you.
Rumors.
Yeah.
Spread
Because
on.
I have a lot of inside knowledge.
You have so much inside knowledge.
And their kid's name is Beckham.
Why?
That's another rumor.
Why are you talking about that? I don't know. What did this kid do to you? Why are you airing that? That's not important for anybody to know. Why would you name drop the kid? That kid is that's a baby, dude. You weirdo. What the fuck? What did Kelsey do, okay? Like, I understand, you know, fucking Cody Ko had sex with a 17-year-old Tana Mojo, but like... Did you see Primig's video? No.
They had a kid?
Yeah. Oh my god, Danny has a kid.
Who?
Danny Gonzalez?
Does he?
Yeah.
Like currently?
Like a fucking 1-year-old, I bet.
I thought.
What do you mean? I thought you were friends with him.
I thought they'd been pregnant for like 4 years.
Oh my god, that's crazy. See, he did a good job of keeping his kid off the internet.
That's true.
I haven't.
That's crazy.
What do you mean? You're talking about it now. I didn't even
singular
know
fuck-
Danny Gonzalez was a dad until you just said it, you fucking... This fucking guy, dude. It's every fucking time, dude. He is a dad? Okay. I have insider knowledge, so I'm gonna name drop your kid. Brother, this is why no one talks to you. Thinking more Bomblin. We'll just Bomblin Max.
Photo of him holding the kid's hand when
it was born.
It was born. I don't even know the gender.
That's really nice.
That's so fucking
That's
cool.
so protective and sweet.
I know.
Aw.
God, that's so weird. I guess we gotta start a
No,
hooking Avatar
Once we
hooks.
procreate, naturally it will be online the whole time. We'll be
Yeah.
live streaming every
The process of procreation and the birth.
every single moment.
Dude,
Leading
I
up
could
to-
totally see
until the
Jake
dogs
turning
We
his
still have to
child
do
into
conspiracies, but I'm writing
content.
down our other fun game that we played at Valentine's dinner.
We did do this.
We played a really fun game of Would You Rather.
Would You Rather.
That was really good. But we have to continue
It
with
was
our
exciting.
It was with our celebrity conspiracy theories. Okay.
Continue? That was all I got.
All you have is James Charles.
Yeah, honestly.
You don't know about the Beyonce thing?
What's the Beyonce thing? Tell me.
Oh, you don't know about the Beyonce thing?
Tell me the Beyonce thing.
So I heard,
Uh-huh.
and this is just a rumor.
This is just word of mouth.
This
Oh
is
my
just
god, this guy
This is just
sucks.
a rumor.
This
is not
guy
word of mouth. I've not
sucks.
heard this from anyone. I mean, it's online.
This is word of rumor.
I heard that she's doing this new country route because she had to defend her property.
Oh.
She shot someone on her property. She did the stupid ground dog and shot someone with a shotgun right in their fucking face, and they had to cover it up.
Right
but
in
now
their
but now the family's coming out about it.
I can't wait for the parenting on disabled
She's a pro-gun
blog.
person.
Oh, interesting. So
Yeah.
she has a whole new audience.
She has a whole new
Wait,
audience.
I bet
what?
they like it.
Yeah.
Dude, country fans are loyal.
This ain't your house.
Hold on. I want to hear him say that.
She had to defend her property.
Oh.
She shot someone on her property. She did the stand your ground law and shot someone with a shotgun right in their fucking face, and they had to cover it up.
Right
but
in
now
their
but now the family's coming out about it.
Is this like
Now she
him
has to
making
switch to the-
something up, or is this like a rumor that exists? Because I know that I live in like New York, so I don't have Listen, if some weirdo is on my property, I would shoot them, and I'm not like super crazy about guns. But I have also never heard of this before.
Country route, and B, she's a pro-gun person.
Oh, interesting.
So okay, so because you own a gun, you're a pro-gun person. This is why. If you're a liberal, you should get a gun. Fucking Jesus Christ, dude. This guy. Oh my god.
She
Yeah.
has a whole new audience.
She had the whole new audience.
I bet they'd like it.
Yeah.
Dude, country fans are
This
lost.
ain't your house.
I like
This is mine.
trucks. Now we're
And I shoot
big.
you all the time.
Wow,
Dude,
Dylan.
these
Thank
guys
you.
are this
Underneath
is,
her hat.
these kids are privileged children, dude. These are privileged children. These are not. They did not grow up working class. These motherfuckers did not grow up working class. I do not believe it.
Is another child.
Beyonce's hat?
Her big cowboy hat she
Right,
could
right,
wear.
right, 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 right.
There's another baby.
It's actually a cowgirl hat.
Fuck.
Idiot.
I forgot that you guys could do that.
Oh, we could do anything.
Well, not everything.
Well, just something.
Have you guys seen? Okay, so this was like a joke that I feel like creepy uncles.
You
used to
gotta
say,
remember
like,
Maine.
aunts
Dude,
used to
Maine
be
is
like, women can
given
do
like
anything that men
really
can do, and then
bad
uncle would go,
vibes.
yeah, it's
I
right,
do
keep
not
standing
fuck
up,
with
you know?
Maine.
And
Maine,
then-
dude.
You could if
I
you
could've
tried. You
done
could rank that thing back.
Rank that thing back?
Yeah.
First of all, rink, as in
Yeah.
ice rink.
Yeah.
You're not using the right words.
Do you think that if you had a powerful enough stream, you could be standing up if you rank that thing back?
I don't think it's about that. I think it's just about the aim.
You don't think if you rot that thing back?
Dude, I like have pee hovered in like girls' bathrooms, so I'm sure I could like figure out the right angle.
What? 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 Hey girl, if you rock that thing back, would you be able to pee standing up? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck is wrong with these people, man?
Well,
No,
like,
no.
man.
Do
You think I'm
you think
not
you could? Do
telling
you
the
think you
truth?
could? Do you know like? Do you know
What?
like when girls will like bend over while standing up?
Okay,
Do you think that's the way to pee standing up?
Jake, I don't know. I don't think.
So fucking weird. It's so fucking weird, dude. What is this water sports conversation? What is going on, man? What do you got, like a piss thing? Like, what's going on in there? It's a water sports handy over here, dude.
Like
so.
like this or like this?
What's wrong with you? What do you mean like that?
Listen,
Like,
Jake,
are you
just
like
just be
backwards
upfront
forward, or
about
are you
it. Like,
putting
I'm
that
like,
out?
yeah, if you're fucking a woman who's 6 foot tall and shredded, come pick me up. Like, literally pick me up. You know, you don't need to be so coy about it. Like, when I said wide girl winter, yeah, I just want... I'll just take a big girl to sit on my face. Like, it's not that hard. Why are you making it so weird? Like, when you're being like, ha ha ha, wouldn't it be funny if girls piss standing up? That's weird. Oh my god, dude.
Probably poking that out.
Thank you.
I don't. Why would it be? Why would you be going like this?
Well,
Would a guy go like this?
I know how every guy pees. They stand up facing forward. I'm saying you go ass to urinal
Ass to urinal.
and bend that shit over.
Whatever works. I don't know. I haven't thought about the logistics.
Okay, so the only reason I brought this
Maybe I
up,
should go try in the men's bathroom.
you really should, and we should bring the camera.
Yeah, agreed.
That's disgusting, Hannah.
No, you
Why
said
would you
it
come
first.
up with that?
You said it first. Idiot.
But yeah, so uncles would say that, and then what would end up happening is, then they made a product where you can pee standing up. You seen those little
Women?
cups? Yeah. Have you seen those? Those things are fucking crazy.
Dude,
Was
this
that-
piss
was that a Shark Tank
conversation has
episode?
gone on too long for it not to be strange, dude. This is not. There's some behavior going on here. Phobia in the chat. Wouldn't it be funny if they were much bigger than guys that we had to follow them around and catch their pee in a container? Oh, this is rough, dude.
Or no. It wasn't Shark Tank. It was that other show that's like Shark Tank, but like fake. Oh my gosh. That's weird. It's just a funnel. It's just a really big
standing
funnel.
urinals.
Standing urinals? You mean a funnel?
Oh, so some of these are for people who are transitioning. That's interesting.
Oh, that's Okay, that's helpful. I thought this was just for the girlies who wanted to.
No,
see
it also is. Like, this is also called Freshette on rei.com, and it's a women's hygiene product for
Well-
camping and rafting and mountaineering.
Oh, why would you need that for all those things?
For all three of those?
Yeah.
Rafting, where's the toilet? Camping,
Well-
where's the toilet? Mountaineering? Who
But
has
it's just gonna funnel out onto the ground, so why don't you just pee on the ground? Like, it's not like
so
you're
that it doesn't
collecting
get on
it.
your shoes.
If you have that bad of an aim, I feel bad.
How, you don't even know what kind of aim you have. What kind of aim do you have with your funnelette? Oh, that's right, you don't have
Not with
one.
my funnelette. Sorry, scandalous. I'm sorry.
Is it bad to talk about a poop story?
No. Do you like our red solo cups?
Red Solo cup, I fill you up.
We look like frat boys.
I feel like a frat boy. One of my last videos, that cup over there, that glass one, I put Arnold Palmer.
These guys are killing me, man. These guys are killing me. This is just yapping. Let's do a challenge. Okay, chat, if you're in a couple, you can sit there in silence with your significant other, I assume, right? Like, that's not weird. Can we just, like, do that? Can we just, like, have them sit in silence? Like... Nah, I love shutting up.
In it with ice, and it looked like I was just sipping whiskey.
That's so
It was
funny.
so funny.
It still looks like you left melted ice.
Yeah, I did.
He doesn't clean his dishes.
I really don't. Well, I'll also tell you something. So this is like a shared office space. So if I don't have to
You
go to the
whisper now.
if I don't have to go to the communal kitchen,
Mm.
I'll just leave my shit here. I'll mold that shit over and over.
Dude, okay, this motherfucker's in like a WeWork. Listen, I don't want you to be a YouTuber in an office at a WeWork, period. Just don't go to a WeWork. He can afford an office space. Yeah, and he's in Maine. What's going on, man? You know what? I'm gonna skip this. There's no good ones. I don't even know how he can afford an office space.
That's gross.
Huh?
That's gross.
All glass to me is disposable.
You're bad for the environment.
Plastic.
You are bad for the
Plastic,
environment.
hard plastic cups.
Yeah, these are bad for the
Stanley
environment.
cups.
Communal
Stanley cups to
kitchen
me are-
whose turn
oh,
is it?
something else.
It's
Yeah,
life,
something else
it's
that's bad for the environment.
brutal.
Can you grab me a water?
Yeah. Stupid.
There's no. There. I don't really think there's water here. Though.
Still. I'm sure you could fill it up in the kitchen. The kitchenette.
The kitchenette.
What's the difference?
Okay, chat, he did say
One's man.
something funny. He talked about piss for a long amount of time, okay?
Kitchen.
No, that doesn't sound right. Neither of those sounds right.
Okay.
What other conspiracy theories do you have?
I told you I don't have any. I'm sorry.
Okay, I have. Can you stop doing that? It's gonna pick up on the mic.
Whoopsies.
My new theory.
I like prime bites.
You do?
They're good.
My new theory, Rihanna goes the Ed Sheeran route. Anti, pro-tie, subtract,
Tie?
multiply. What if
Jake, that doesn't even make sense.
no, that's my new thing. Anti, pro.
Neither really seems into the combo. It's like they're talking for the
Right.
sake of it, okay?
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, Ed Sheeran has paved a path for all.
He was also the channel manager for Charlie D'Amelio. Wonder why he was fired. You think he'd be better at managing more channels?
No, does he still look like a bridge troll?
Very, very harsh.
I'm asking a question.
Very, very
Does Ed
harsh.
Sheeran still look like a bridge troll?
Probably.
Yes or no?
I don't know. Not sure.
You know what's
Haven't
really
seen him.
sad about the country that we live in?
So many things.
Is
What?
that- no, not a lot. There's some dude out there who's in a pickup truck right now who is like, I don't like this Rihanna girl, I don't like this Beyonce girl, but you know who really gets me? Ed Sheeran. Just because he's a guy, you know? You go, absolutely, you go, this Cardi B shaking ass, they're making
guy.
women look like sluts. Also, have you heard Divide?
Ooh.
I think so.
Jake, I think you're wrong.
I think I'm fully correct.
I think you're fully wrong.
This
no,
guy
there you go.
is just the
Shake With You
worst,
is my
dude.
favorite.
It's a good song.
No, it's not. Bum, 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 bum. I could do that.
Oh
Bullshit.
my
Fucking terrible
god.
It literally sounds like cartoon tiptoeing.
Well.
I hope she has a
Yes, but I
real
like
man
it.
in her life.
You know Tom and Jerry?
Not personally, but
I'll
I've heard of
fill
them.
the role.
Sorry,
What's
really?
You
we
watch
at?
it as a child?
No.
Why?
Too violent.
Too violent.
Dead serious.
You watched SpongeBob?
No, I didn't. Never watched SpongeBob.
I didn't either.
My mom wouldn't let me.
Let me?
My mom wouldn't let me watch Tom and Jerry.
Not letting you watch Tom and Jerry's. Why?
No wonder you're so
Because
fucking
why?
unfunny.
Well, it's not that because I was like really sensitive as a kid. It wasn't.
You're
that my
really
mom wouldn't let me.
sensitive
Like,
as an
my
adult,
mom-
you
Yes, you
freak
didn't
dog.
The two shows that I wasn't allowed to watch, like flat out was not allowed to watch,
Yes.
was SpongeBob and Caillou because they annoyed my mom.
I loved Caillou.
She thought that Caillou was too whiny.
Well, I don't remember.
I got bad news for you, Jake Tracy Doolittle. Your son is also whiny. Could you turn the game down a bit? Yes. Yeah, you're really interested in this one, right? Dude, I'm dying here. These guys are fucking energy vampires. Can you turn the video down a bit? Just turn it all down. Just turn it all down.
But I remember him being awesome.
No, he sucked.
He probably was whiny.
But
I would too, so it worked out.
Those were the two like guidelines as a child. That's like
Interesting.
you cannot do this.
No SpongeBob or
No
Caillou.
Yes.
That's so weird.
It really anything else
Wait,
was fine.
respectfully, were you whiny?
No, but also she just didn't like the whiny. I think she just never wanted to experience
This
the whine.
Kovo is 8.
You know?
Okay.
'Cause she-
I
don't
prefer
think-
Dolly
like
Parton
a
versus
couple
Carti.
I mean, probably a couple times, but she like
not on a
that's like
Caillou level.
no, that's one of the things that she was like she really hated.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have play dates and a kid would whine and she would like I would see her like
She would drop kick them.
she would punch them.
Well,
When I was a kid, I once got kicked in the balls by a first grader when I was in 3rd grade. By a kindergartner when I was in 3rd grade. Sorry,
that sucks.
it was really
That
a little
kinda
girl.
sucks. Oh god. That's kind of silly.
She said,
I got punched in the throat in middle school.
"Well, yeah, because that's because you tried a bitch.
I didn't. I accidentally stepped on her heel in the lunch line.
Yeah, you tried a bitch.
I didn't. Not on purpose.
Is that the
Dude, this is like the most boring shit ever. No wonder this podcast didn't continue. I thought my podcast was bad. This is like... Dude, holy shit. He's so belittling, it annoys me. I mean, yeah.
girl who we want to go see?
No.
Oh, okay. That's the
Girl
phone
we
girl?
wanna go see. Phone girl?
The phone girl, the one who broke your phone, is the one that we were trying to go see.
No, different person.
Okay, who's the one that we're trying to go see? She did something, right?
Just a phone thing.
You just said no. Never mind.
What are you talking about?
I said, is the phone girl the one who we want to go see?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, she's hot as hell.
Sure.
She doesn't know. She's fine as fuck,
Awkward.
though. Awkward.
Yes. Anyways, I got punched in the throat in middle school.
I...
Worst day of my life.
Oh, you want to hear one of the worst days of my life?
Mm.
I genuinely don't. This is like something that I kept a secret for the longest time. And I will say it right here, right now.
What is it? Big exclusive.
It's a big exclusive. And like, you cannot get mad at me for this. I was a child and it was an accident.
Me or people watching?
Everybody.
Okay.
So
get
this
mad at
one
you.
girl thought that I assaulted her.
Okay.
Oh, he did
Okay.
it. He definitely did it.
Yes.
Then you're in the wrong.
No, but it was an accident.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Jake did it on purpose. Child Jake is guilty.
I know that she had problems at home.
Oh.
And I think, so here's what happened.
So you're really just kicking someone when they were down.
No, here's what happened. I was the new kid at this school in first grade. Okay?
Okay.
This girl came in at the very end of first grade.
Okay.
Okay, so I was the new kid, but she was the new kid.
Right.
Okay. We were waiting in the cafeteria.
She was
lunch
only
line.
there for a little bit and you still managed to assault her.
Yes.
Good work.
We were waiting in the cafeteria. Can I assault you?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we're waiting in the cafeteria lunch line, and it's a small school, right? So we're all very, very packed close, right?
Yes.
Mind you, this is first grade. I don't know how old you are, but you're not old enough to acquit. So, or not old enough to charge me with anything. So, I'm waiting in line.
Jake is
She
sounding
probably
mighty
doesn't remember,
guilty
but I
in
remember
this
literally
story.
feeling like, I'm not kidding you. I went to the principal office myself and told on myself because I was like, I just did this and she's so sad and I don't know what to do. So here's what
Good.
happened. Okay.
Good, you shut up.
So I'm waiting in the lunch line,
Good.
and somebody says my name. Not her, but somebody says my name.
Jake.
Oh.
And you bonked her?
Bonked her in.
Oh, bonked her in the boobie?
Bonked her in the boobie.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess you are an assaulter.
Jake.
Why'd you go?
I can't believe it. Jake touched a woman unconsensually when he was in first grade. Dude, lock that 8-year-old up right now.
I don't remember.
Oh, you thought someone was going to like dab you up?
No, not in first grade. Maybe I thought somebody was going to hand me something, but it was not like, it was not.
He just wanted to cop a feel.
I did not want to cop a feel. This was a new girl, and you don't do that to new girls.
You can do that to old girls.
No, you don't do that to any girls. You're getting me in a tough tipple. But I turned around and I did that, and I literally was like,
Uh-oh.
and then she did that like first grader thing where she turned to the wall and went,
Oh.
and I went,
she
oh
was so
God.
sad. You marched down to
I'm
the
actually getting
principal's
back
office.
I tried to
pain
make sure she was
listening to this
okay, and then
fucking
there was this one-
podcast,
She probably didn't
bro.
want you to talk to her.
No, not at all. And then there was this one lady who worked in the cafeteria who hated
Like a lunch
my
lady?
absolute guts. No, just a cafeteria lady. You never had people. Maybe you didn't go to a bad school because we had so many fights. Like we needed people to be there overseeing our lunch.
You mean like one of the teachers?
No.
Oh.
She was
What do you
hired as
mean?
someone to
Every
break up
school
fights.
has like somebody
Yes.
overseeing the lunch. What is he talking about?
In elementary school.
We just like our teachers went down with our class.
No, she was not a teacher. But
Interesting.
we had her and then this other dude who literally looked like a bodyguard, this ginormous dude for first graders. It was crazy.
You needed it.
And they worked together, and this lady came over and started fucking screaming at me, and the little girl was like, he did this, and I was like, I swear to God I did not mean to do that. Like, I am so sorry. And no, and then we went to the principal's office, and you know what's really sad?
What?
Is the principal knew that I didn't mean to do it because
I'm ripping my nails.
in first grade I
I'm
used to
so
send myself to the
bored.
principal's office because I liked her so much.
Oh,
And I didn't have any friends. So I used to just go and have lunch with
the principal?
Yes, with Mrs. Hawkins.
Well, like now it sounded like Jake gets fucking
Mrs. Hawkins.
And she was a sweetheart.
That's nice.
And it
Still
was
not
either
like you assaulted someone.
Yes, of course. I'm not excusing my actions, but I'm saying that I was like
How did you bring this up? Oh, the worst day of your life?
worst day of my life.
Worst day of your life?
That was a bad one.
worst day of my life when the tick bit me. But the second day was when I accidentally touched a kid in the boob in first grade.
That was a real bad
It
one.
was pretty bad when you assault someone else.
I felt so bad. I sound like fucking James Charles. I feel bad.
Is this before or after he was trapped in a wheelchair and breakdancing?
I really didn't mean to
You
do such a
didn't
thing.
do it. I feel bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, we were talking about the girl from your school. We were talking about being punched in the throat.
Yes.
I was talking about how I got kicked in the balls.
Oh, right.
That story's kind of fun. I got kicked in the balls by a kindergartner because she said, will you marry me?
Wow, very forward.
And I said,
respect that.
I said no, and I was kind of like,
Why wouldn't you marry her?
oh, because she was in kindergarten.
Oh, right. There was an age gap for sure.
What's the difference between kindergarten and
Preschool? Preschool's to get ready for kindergarten.
preschool? What's pre-K?
I can't do this anymore. I'm actually dying.
Preschool. Pre-K, pre-kindergarten. I don't know that. I'm pretty sure that's...
So it's preschool and pre-K are the same,
Yes.
according to you. Kindergarten, first grade.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
So we had a kindergarten there, and it was a kindergartner who went up to me and asked
Yeah.
me.
Dude,
no,
another
preschools don't-
tomato? I'm at a 4
preschoolers
times
don't go to
multiplier on
elementary
tomatoes right now.
Elementary schools start with kindergarten.
I'm literally tomato maxing.
Most times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on what weird city you're from.
So true.
But yeah, she kicked me in the balls, and it was so embarrassing because I was like, I'm in third grade. That's not a thing. I even knew back then.
Yeah.
Robbing the cradle is not a fun thing and not smart a thing.
True.
And
It worked with me.
All right, Hannah. We're gonna have our weird gap again.
I know.
God damn it.
Just for like a month.
It is just a month, but Hannah and I have a weird gap every
year.
Every year, yeah.
So you guys have a month age gap, and you guys are like, that's a weird gap.
Around my birthday, it's like
Around your birthday.
the same time.
What are you talking about? I've been with people 5 years my senior. I've literally been with women that are 30.
Every year, it's so weird. Where I'm 2 years older than Hannah.
This is.
And then she has her birthday exactly a month after mine, and then it goes back to a year.
For the gap when I was 16, about to turn 17, and he had just turned 18, we like thought we were gonna get like arrested or something.
For a month.
It was so funny.
Dude, these kids are stupid. These kids are stupid. This is like the terminally online teenager they warn you about, dude.
We were looking up if we were allowed to kiss.
I know.
Like,
I know.
we were
like Googling the rules. And mind you, at this point, we've been dating for like several years.
3?
Yeah, at least.
Oh, 18, 16? We were 4 years, because it was 13, 14. Was when we started.
Sure. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. So it was a while. We were in an established relationship, but we were like, do we like
Been with.
have to like not see each other for a month? Like, what do we do? We're gonna
I'm turning white. No.
get in trouble.
You want to know? I just thought about something.
What?
When we. What is it? So I'm turning 23. So.
You're turning 23.
So 3 years from now.
I don't think 23 is that old. I know you were saying the other day.
No, you can't say this online. That's a you and me thing.
Okay.
When I say that online, it makes people feel terrible.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because
you
obviously.
said that you felt like you're grown.
No, I don't feel grown. Well, 23 feels
23
grown.
feels grown. I feel like 23 is still super young. 23
Yeah,
is still
I
super
agree,
young.
but like I do feel that like I don't know. We have a friend who's 26 who like.
I think age gaps are a bigger deal to people now. I hear people say similar stuff online all the time. Well, I know, like, for anybody in chat that's like 20 or older, your parents probably had like a 5-year age gap, and you're like that wasn't weird to them. Like, I feel like the internet has made it weird because everybody be sitting around and, you know, looking at the social dynamics of every single interaction they have as some weird power game. Okay, like you can talk to a person and it not be like chess.
felt terrible after I said that. So
Right.
But what the fuck was I saying? Oh,
I don't
when
know.
I turned 26
Yeah.
on our anniversary, like the day after, when I'm 26 and it's our anniversary, we'll have been together longer than we haven't in our lives.
Interesting.
Man,
have-
dude, I can't wait for them to break up. It's gonna be really bad.
I'm 21. We've been together for almost 9 years. So yeah, a couple more years.
We'll have been together.
For more time than we've been apart.
They seem young
How
for
weird.
marriage.
That's weird.
That's crazy.
I
Yes.
feel like that's something that people experience in their 50s.
Oh, she gets
Yeah.
his
You know what I mean?
channel
Like,
in a
so They got
divorce.
together at 25 and then they turned 50 and they're like, oh wow, how crazy.
Yeah.
We grew up, our childhood
No,
was
we
the
were
same.
like little brats growing up together.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's crazy.
Crushed it.
We're
And
gonna-
we're still not sick of each other. It's kind of wild.
I know. That's
Like it is weird. Like I still enjoy
sometimes I
being with
wonder
you
if
so
I'm
much.
good. Like that is, or if other people are good. Now I don't think that that's a thing, but like
What do you mean?
I just, why are we able to stay together and stay content and like,
Don't know. And other people.
and other people
Sorry.
can't? Like we know people.
Jake, allow me to pathologize you for a moment. I think you're afraid of challenge and change, personally. I think you struggle with that. I think you struggle with being confronted about your inadequacies. And there is comfort in staying in a relationship you've been in since you were a teenager. And you worry about what could be the alternative. Now, I'm not saying you don't love her and you don't care about her, but I'm saying that it's probably crossed your mind in some arguments where, what if I walked away from this? I guarantee you it has. And you were sitting there and thinking about it, and then you think about it for a little bit more, and you go, well, I don't know what that is. That alternative could be worse than whatever I'm experiencing now. So you stick around.
People who can't be in relationships for longer
Dude, when one of them suggests the open relationship, it's going to be very interesting.
than a week before they feel like
Jake,
icked
do a
out.
little open
Yeah.
relationship arc.
So I just don't. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I think that
I
relationships
think
are
you
so
just have to
fucking
get
weird.
each other and understand the need for space. More spaces do.
I know, but it's just weird to be like, I found the one at 14.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Because then when you say that, it doesn't feel like to other people.
What do you mean?
If you say to someone who doesn't like long-term relationships, you say, I found
Could
the
you
one.
if Jake ever got successful on YouTube and he had like a bunch of female fans, he totally would not be able to keep it in his pants, right? Because imagine you only have slept with one person your entire life, right? And now all of a sudden, women are lining up at your door to sleep with you. Who would suggest an open relationship first between them? She seems like she wears the pants, if I'm being honest. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Like, she has a regular job, too. So she's a little bit more independent than Jake is. Like, Jake is very dependent on YouTube, right? So I don't know if he would suggest it first. I think he's afraid of confrontation. Jake is afraid of confrontation, so it would probably be her.
14, they automatically roll their eyes and think that you're
They're
fucking
like,
psychos and
yeah,
hate each
right.
other, right?
Yeah.
So like, there's no, it's really a lose-lose, and the only win here is between us.
My
Well-
best friend started dating her now husband at 14. She has only kissed one person in her life. They aren't religious or anything. Just happened that way.
As much a win as it can be. I
Oh
guess.
my
dub, you know?
gosh.
You know? Okay, so Hannah and I were doing Would You Rathers at Valentine's. Was this our 9th Valentine's Day?
Okay, I don't know why you always forget this, but
Or 10th Valentine's
it's
Day?
our 10th Valentine's Day.
Because our 9th anniversary is coming up.
Because our 9th anniversary is coming up, but he got together with me the night before Valentine's Day. Yes, the night
No, it
before
was-
Valentine's Day.
Yes, it was, you're right.
Valentine's Day was a Saturday, and we had a dance photo shoot on Friday at this really cold warehouse, and we were also cold and over.
Dude, did he meet her and dance? Did he meet her and dance? Because they had a dance photo shoot? Like, where did they meet?
Overwhelmed, and I started crying. You gave me a big hug. It was so nice, and I was so excited because I had heard a rumor that someone was gonna ask me out, and then.
I mean, I'll wish them
However,
well
we broke
and
up
the best,
in, like,
but the
April.
internet thing
We broke-
always
no,
throws
it
a
was
wrench
like
into
March or something.
relationships.
Yeah, we
That
were
was
together.
I hope that my video throws a wrench in a relationship. I am a hater. I am a hater. Dude, when she saw that Jake's hips don't lie, except when it comes to public discourse, she was like, give me some of that. Diesel, what if they asked you to be their third? I would not. I would not be their third. I know I've made the joke about being a bull in some loser YouTuber's relationship before. I would not want to be this couple's bull.
When all the dance competitions happen,
What if they paid you? Well, then I'm just a prostitute.
Probably March. Probably March. And then broke up with me the night before a dance competition because he was overwhelmed and had a bunch of brain stuff going on because of your Lyme and you were just all over the place, or your glasses.
No, so during that time, I was doing the brain rehab for like stroke victims because they didn't know what was wrong with me.
Oh my god, that's where the news footage comes from, guys. That's where the news footage comes from. Where Jake is playing mini games in the eye doctor's office.
Where like you go and you do these eye tracking things for like 2 hours, and then you go home and then you vomit and then I go to dance later. Like it was just, it was so bad.
Not a good time.
And like,
anywho,
yeah.
Then in May, end of May 22nd.
To be specific.
To be so specific is when we officially got together.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I don't regret breaking up with you. I know that like, I think it probably needed to happen because I don't think there would have been longevity in our relationship if I was doing this like stroke brain therapy shit.
You were a child, Jake. All right, that was not a decision you made with your conscious brain, you fucking dweeb. He's talking about like that oh, you know, that hard rock we had in the relationship really helped us learn to have conflict management together. You are 22 going on 23. You have not understood or learned enough about yourself to be good at conflict management. I'm sorry, if you're in your early 20s, you're just not good at conflict management. You're just not.
I mean, for sure. It was just a
like,
tough time
because
for
like you had dated prior, not really, but like
you were kids, dude. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but like counting, if you are counting, like I don't know, man. Kids be having like intercourse at young ages. I get that, but like if you were like 15 and you had a relationship in high school and you're like, this is a real relationship, motherfucker, you're 15. You don't know what a real relationship is. Okay, that is a high school relationship. That is not reality, okay? None of what you did in that 15, 16-year-old relationship is indicative of how relationships work in the real working world as an adult, okay? Being 20 and in a relationship is barely being an adult and being in a relationship, okay? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, when you're in college, you got all these things covered for you. Like, relationships don't get fucking real until you're, like, working and, like, dealing with shit. And you don't know and understand how to deal with conflict management when you're in your early 20s and you're in a relationship and it's, like, your serious relationship. You don't know. You just don't know, okay? Because you're too young to understand those things.
Right, it was not, it was, yeah. You had dated a dude, and that was, like, fine, but then, like, what, your second relationship was going to be a freak who, like, I don't know. So, I think literally when I was done with that therapy, we got together.
I think so too.
Yeah, because I stopped doing that because they were like, it should make your brain feel better, and then I had to up my antidepressants because I was so ready to end it. And so and I also don't think that's a good way to like.
One of your largest strains by a mile on a relationship is money. That's a huge strain, right? But when I talk to people or when I watch stuff that's happening online, I would say paying your own bills in a relationship versus living with parents' relationship are extremely different. It's a whole different priorities and stress. 100%. Because like when you start living together and you're in a relationship, shit gets, that's different. That's different. Like it just is, right? You don't understand like the level of responsibility between the both of you until you're like dealing with shit on your own and you're like taking care of your bills and all these things, right? Because all these like coexisting factors can affect a relationship. You know, if your partner isn't putting in money to the rent, stuff like that, right? But I've said it before on streams, right? Where one of the things that impacts relationships, especially with internet drama, and when I watch internet drama happen, a lot of this is like, you know, 20-something-year-old people, early 20s, probably having their first, second, third sexual experience, right? If we're talking about America. These guys are like talking about how there's like a sex pest scandal thing. And a lot of the time when I hear about it, it's just like, oh, you guys didn't know how to communicate your feelings about what you wanted sexually, right? A lot of a relationship's health exists downstream of your ability to have conversations about sex in a candid way, right? So like if you're unable, like let's say you're sitting down with your partner and you're talking about like sex stuff, right? If you're like, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this. And they're like, I like this, I like this, I like this. I want these kind of priorities fulfilled when we do these things. If you're unable to have those conversations, you're probably not going to be able to have conversations about bills, about responsibilities, about all these other things that are just as important as that, right? If you can't have those awkward conversations about those things that matter in the bedroom, you probably can't have serious conversations about other things in your relationship. Okay? It's like it's a sign of your inability to deal with the conflict that comes with the relationship. When did it become a hot topic that sex matters in a relationship? Yes, not everything, but it's kind of a huge part of it. I don't even know if people are talking about it a lot, because I feel like a lot of young people just don't have enough sex to know that you need to have that communication, right? Like, your ability to talk about that is ultimately your level of how to communicate. Is how we bond with our partners. And even if you're somebody who's like, you know, maybe asexual, but like you pursue a relationship, right? Like, the crux of what I'm saying is just, you know, these are tough, awkward conversations. And in an American relationship, there's kind of like these preconceived notions to not talk about sex because it's weird, right? Or it's uncomfortable. So it's hard for American couples to have candid conversations about their sexual wants, right? But even outside of that, talking about those things that you want or about those responsibilities, if it's difficult, you're probably not going to talk about any other thing that might be difficult. You're probably the kind of person who might even like put aside things that make you uncomfortable in a relationship because you're like, well, I'm in a relationship, I should just put that aside. But the thing is, if you don't vocalize those things or have conversations about it, they fester, and that's how they become arguments. And then that's why relationships fall apart, because ultimately it's all a sign of how well you communicate.
Yeah.
I'm glad we waited. However,
and then I got my sickest while
we did have that first Valentine's Day. However, I showed up to dance with a little picture of us in a dance together.
Okay.
And candies.
I'm gonna defend this till the day I die.
Sweethearts. What are they?
Sweet tarts.
Conversation hearts for sure. I showed up with that. Just a little gift, a little card, I think too. I don't remember. And Jake wasn't at dance. Jake didn't tell me he wasn't gonna be at dance. Jake went to his dad's house.
Did they meet and dance?
Rude.
It kind of sounds like it.
That was actually like one of the final times that I ever saw my dad.
Oh my god, this motherfucker does have a bad relationship with his father. I knew it. Did I not call it earlier? Where I was like, this motherfucker has probably got a bad relationship with his dad and they don't talk. Oh my god. Put a camera on there. We like cameras. Okay. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That is crazy.
Hannah drove me away from my dad. It's a weird story, but she kind of
it's actually my fault.
Didn't like my dad.
It's actually my fault.
I wasn't allowed to speak to him for 9 years.
Gosh, that guy.
That dude.
Grinds my gears.
But yeah, so here's the thing, right?
What game is this? It's called Polyamorous.
The Valentine's Day?
No. Oh, okay, so it was the first day that we were ever together.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you'd be at dance.
No.
And I know I shouldn't have gone.
That's wild.
I know I shouldn't have gone gifts, but I was so excited.
I know that you were excited, and that's very,
my
very
mom
sweet.
and
But
we
this
went
fella's
to
on food
Walgreens.
stamps.
Hold on, I need to hear what he said about. I think his mom does have Munchausen by proxy. I think there's a little bit of, you know, you're going through this divorce, and it you know, maybe you were putting a lot of effort in your son, right? I'm really pathologizing this family now, but like there's something just inherently so infuriating.
I'm gonna defend this till the day I die.
Sweethearts. What are they?
Sweet tarts.
Conversation hearts for sure. I showed up with that. Just a little gift, a little card, I think too. I don't remember. And Jake wasn't at dance. Jake didn't tell me he wasn't gonna be at dance. Jake went to his dad's house.
Yeah. Big regret. That was actually like one of the final times that I ever saw my dad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh god, I gotta wait for it to stop rolling there.
That's fucking crazy.
That is crazy.
Hannah drove me away from my dad. It's a weird story, but she kind of
it's actually my fault.
Didn't like my dad.
It's actually my fault.
I wasn't allowed to speak to him for 9 years.
Gosh, that guy.
I wasn't allowed to speak to him for 9 years.
That dude.
Grinds my gears.
Dude, that divorce must have been brutal. Dude, I want to know your family's history. What's wrong with your family? What is your personal grievances, Jake? Tell me all of them. I know you don't definitely want to speak to me now, but like, fuck you.
But
who forbid him from speaking to his dad? Probably his mom. She was like, my son is sick. And he's like, no, my son is not sick. He will dance in theater.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? It was our 1 month anniversary, correct?
The Valentine's Day?
No. Okay, so it was the first day that we were ever together.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you'd be at dance.
No.
And I know I shouldn't have gone.
That's
gotten
wild.
Gifts. I know I shouldn't have gotten gifts, but I was so excited.
I know that you were excited,
much.
and that's very,
My
very
mom
sweet.
and
But
I,
this
we went
fella's
to
on food
Walgreens.
stamps, and you go, I expect you went to Walgreens, you got a bunch of stuff, you printed out a thing, and it's very, very.
I wonder what his dad did as a job, right? Because he keeps talking about his like life on food stamps and stuff like this, but I don't know. Like, they would have been getting child support from the father, and if he was disabled, they probably would have been getting more. So like, what the fuck was his dad doing as a job? Like,
very sweet. We were together for a day.
I just wanted to see you, not even a day.
Hours. We were together for hours.
Like hours. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if he'll show up with like a card for me, or like even like a note. Like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. And he didn't.
No.
But me and my mom was so funny. She was like, do you think you should get him candy? And I was like, I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
That's really cute.
Yeah. She's like, should we get this little picture frame too? And I was like, no, I think that's a little too much. But I did bring it anyways because I thought you'd be there.
I still ended up getting that stuff. I sort of came out.
I know.
child support counts as income as assistance unless his father wasn't paying support.
Well, with a
I gave it
profit.
to you.
I mean, that's possible. Yeah, I was gonna say this is Maine. This is like it's a pretty breaded state. Rich people are in Maine, man.
Did come out with a profit. I gave it to you like a month.
That's
ago.
what
then I made
I
up for it
think of
years
when I
after.
think of
Oh,
Maine.
for
Not to
sure.
say
I'm
that
not-
like
You crushed it.
broke
I'm not
ass
saying you're not a
motherfuckers don't live in
fantastic giver,
Maine.
And
It wasn't even
partner-
that. It was kind of just like a.
I just thought you were gonna show up. I was just so sad.
Yeah, no, I was probably just being abused in New Hampshire.
Yeah, no, that's really selfish of you.
Yeah. And actually, at that time, I didn't want to go to my dad's. At that point, it was him forcing me.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on, there's like a bunch of like life stuff that's going on here, so I kind of want to pay attention to it. Hold on.
Come out with a profit. I gave it to you like a month later.
But then I made up for it years after.
Oh, for sure. I'm
Anniversary
not. Saying,
birthdays, I crushed it.
I'm not saying you're not a fantastic gift giver, and
It wasn't even
partner-
that. It was kind of just like a.
I just thought you were gonna show up. I was just so sad.
Yeah, no, I was probably just being abused in New Hampshire.
Yeah, no, that's really selfish of you.
It's probably just being abused in New Hampshire. He's accusing his dad of abuse. Okay.
Yeah. And actually, at that time, I didn't want to go to my dad's. At that point, it was him forcing me.
Really?
Him
Yeah.
forcing me? Your parents probably had joint custody, and you were too young to make that decision at the time.
Because that was him being like, you said that you would see me once every week or once every 2 weeks or whatever, and this was.
And you were just trying to make it happen.
Yeah, because he would call me like 5 times in a row until I picked up.
Still does.
It's fucking true. So true. Those voicemails are fucking wild, man.
You must have so many issues with men, Jake. You must have so many issues with men. I get it, Jake. I have daddy issues too. Okay, I had to work on myself to have appropriate abilities with like dealing with conflict. You know, it's something that comes with age. I understand. You're very bitter right now. I get it.
Actually insane.
Overwhelming.
Over cringing.
Over cringe alert.
But yeah, so sorry. Valentine's Day.
When was a dad claiming his kid? Maybe his dad is a piece of shit. I mean, we don't know. I just find him a little less than trustworthy, you know?
Yes.
We went out to dinner. That was nice. We
Yeah.
saw a movie.
We saw the Beaky Bar. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good.
Hannah saw
Maybe
Joe.
like father, like son. Well, like if you don't like work on yourself as an individual, you can develop like, you know, if the father's like a piece of shit, he could develop, you know, the bad traits of it, right? But you know, there's something to be said about he's clearly still got hangups about it. Like he's clearly got a bad relationship with that. So I don't know. You can tell that Jake definitely has a lot of self-image issues. Okay. Like he's definitely got like a bunch of hangups. IMO, it's very common for Gen Z to have some sort of parental issues. I don't know, something Gen X's behavior with their growing up, something.
This movie one singular time and decided that that's the movie that she wants to see desperately for.
I love that boss. Essentially, when Jake has daddy issues, hold up, he's in my wheelhouse now. Well, I definitely like. I understand like daddy issues, right? Like I've talked about it on stream now. I'm pretty open about it since it was robbed. That privacy was robbed from me. But It's just like you're gonna be like a bitter ass motherfucker if you don't like learn to like make some recompense either with yourself or the parent, right? And it's like if a parent is really that bad, I'm totally cool with like dropping them as a person, but like you need to be able to pack that trauma away or you're just gonna be like them, you know? But I don't know. I've heard
Crazy? I was crazy, put me in
been
a
a while.
room. A rubber room. A rubber room with Jake's podcast video. And Jake's podcast makes me go crazy.
Good lord, was his mother a boy's mom? I could see that. Jake has a sister. Oh yeah. But it's just like I don't know. I've heard a lot where it's like, oh, because Gen Xers had a very large generational vibe of like being passe and being very negative and dealing with large amounts of like fucking depression and stuff like that, that it kind of like exacerbated on the antisocial behavior of their children. I don't know how true that is or if any of it's true, right? But it's like if you don't work on yourself, you're gonna end up developing the problems your parents had. Like that's really the gist of it, right? Because you're gonna end up picking up some of their idiosyncrasies as their child. So you need to like actually sit down and be like, okay, I have this problem, I have this problem, I have this problem. And then you go to a therapist and you do cognitive behavioral therapy and you fucking work on yourself, right? Because otherwise you're just gonna develop those things and it gets harder the older you get to like work your way out of them, right? Like my dad was very bad with conflict, right? So I, as a result, was very bad with conflict in relationships. So I had to like work on that to not do that. And because I was the good kid, I would always be a people pleaser to people. So I needed to learn, and I'm still learning on how to set those boundaries with myself because I'm afraid that if I don't please others that I'm going to be in trouble. When in reality, I should be able to prioritize myself. But these are things you work on over a long period of time. It just doesn't seem like Jake works on any of that stuff.
Buddha, come on.
No, I think it's sweet.
Please us with that watermelon. I will do it. I've been doing hip abductions. I'm like a little worried. I was talking with Cloudy about it, and she was like, "You actually should like make sure you can do it."
I know that you love bees, but then, spoiler alert: nobody should watch this movie.
Because
spoiler
of bees?
alert, yeah. Within the first 5
Like,
minutes,
literally-
he electrocutes.
Oh yeah, you're a people pleaser. Name one person pleased with you. Do you recognize any good traits you get from your dad? No, I mean he was unpresent for a large majority of my young life. I was raised primarily by my mom and my grandmother. And my grandmother was a well-educated businesswoman who was a very hard worker. And my mom was a bit more blue collar. Actually, she's a lot more blue collar. But she like has worked in social work her entire life. And so I got exposed to that. So that's a trait that I developed from her. I had other men in my life that weren't my father that became my male role models. Right. And now that I'm an adult, there are other men who are a little older than me that I sometimes go to for advice. It's okay, Pookie. I'm pleased with you.
Shoots like hundreds of bees.
Those were wasps.
Oh, they were?
Yes.
Oh.
He said that he had to get rid of the wasps to protect the hive.
Oh, that makes a lot
Duh.
more sense. Doy,
Yes,
doy,
and she
doy.
was like, I'm scared of those things, and she's referring to the wasps.
Gotcha.
Not
But
the-
yeah, I had I did a lot of like karate and like martial arts as a kid. So those men were decently good male role models. And when I got to college, because that's when I started to seek out that stuff more, there was definitely a moment there where I was getting a little crazy. But I had some college professors that were very, very well-educated, good men that I confided in, and they were great people. And they were great people who made me a lot better of a person. And also, obviously, like I got better with conflict management through getting in conflict and dealing with it badly.
honeybees.
No, we did. It was like $27 to see that movie for 2 people.
Is that good or bad? Seems
pretty bad.
I was gonna say that seems really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, we didn't have to wait in the really, really long line because we got them ahead of time.
Yeah, but also like,
That's the
was it
busiest
worth
I've ever seen.
$27?
For me,
For
yes.
yes, for us, yes.
For
For a
me,
one-time thing, for you, probably not.
Yeah, no, I would definitely wait till it's out on something.
Yeah.
However,
I learned in
if
the
you-
opening credits that it's just an Amazon original. Did you see that?
Really? I
It's
didn't.
produced by Amazon.
And I love them for it.
And then we open up the Fire TV or whatever when we get
Uh-huh.
home, and it says watch from home for $19.99.
Really?
$7 less than going out and sitting next to disgusting smelling people. Isn't that fucked?
Don't say disgusting smelling. They just smell like cigs. Mad cigs.
Yeah, they smell disgusting. That is a voluntary thing that you can do to make yourself smell like shit.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm not saying this isn't a
I'm
high.
saying it sounded.
There's these paws sitting next to me with inside the movie theater.
Like it was a
money
hygiene
thing.
thing.
This is a voluntary. You literally just toked one up outside, and the entire fucking theater smells of your wrath.
It did smell in the theater. However, great movie.
So
I also couldn't really smell it because I had a smidge of a cold, so I had the stuffies, and you couldn't really smell it.
Oh my god, I don't have the patience for this anymore, chat. I don't have the patience for it anymore. Oh my god. This guy is killing me, man. Shout out to Jake. He's annoying as fuck. Freedom. Yeah, you're all happy I turned it off. Oh my god. I'm gonna send you guys to my children at the op block now. Go say hi to them for me, okay? Go fucking support the kids. My content kids. Oh my god, dude.